If he ever turns up, that is.
Okay, I'm recording. We're on YouTube, I hope.
And if we're not, we're not.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
This is the music playing now. I don't know if you can hear us or not.
To the veteran gamers.
A little bit.
Ginny and the fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
Yeah, boy.
Switch that
Hello.
console
Oh,
up
oh, sorry.
before you have to press repeat, yo.
Press repeat, yo. Okay, go.
Hello and welcome to episode 803 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yeah, 803, yay! Sorry, everybody.
telling you what.
How do podcasts work? I don't know how this thing's supposed to
Oh,
work.
I'm telling you what. I don't know what to do about Zoom. I still haven't installed it, by the way, and reinstalled it. I keep forgetting to do it to give that
Yeah,
a
try
go.
that.
But for whatever reason, I still can't hear music. I can hear voices. I can hear sound bites
You hear
with
dead
you know
people?
talking. I can hear dead people. I can see dead people. To be
Yeah.
fair, but what I can't see is Chinny. We
you
have
cannot.
we've no idea what's going on. Have we? He's
Where's
not turned
Chinny?
up. He
Where's Poochie?
hasn't messaged us.
I
He's
hope
not
everything's
let us
okay.
know what's so do I,
Holler at
because
us,
it's
buddy.
a little bit weird. Can I just say?
You know,
Well,
sometimes
hopefully
it be
he'll
like
join
that.
us
Yeah.
at some point during the show tonight. He will appear like a Houdini, like a magician. Just a magician.
Right.
He'll just appear instead of disappearing. He'll actually appear on the
Let's
show.
hope
How
so.
about that?
How about
The
that?
opposite of Houdini.
Catch me
How about
outside. How about that?
that? So how are you doing? Are you
How
good?
about that?
Yeah, I'm good. I made a video.
Hey, of what?
Hey,
Dare I ask?
here, I'll put it on the stream, and you can.
Is it
tell me what
allowed?
you
It's not
think.
copyrighted.
Yeah,
There's
it's
nothing
not
dodgy
copyrighted.
about
It's
this.
nothing dodgy. Nope.
Okay, just a
It's,
minute. I'll have a look.
The question
I'm having a
is, how do I make it happen on the screen? That's the real question.
look. Who knows?
Yeah. There we go. So anyway,
I need to get. I'm not even on the stream. Hold up a minute.
it's okay. You don't have to worry
In
about
there.
it. It's just some
Yeah,
clouds.
there we go. I'm on.
Yeah, it's just clouds.
Clouds? What? As in real clouds or?
Yes, I did a
Homemade
stream,
cloud.
a time lapse video of some clouds over our home. And it
Oh,
looks
okay.
great.
I love stuff like that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
it's fun.
that is cool.
Thank you.
Wow, what
It makes
camera did you use
it's
for
very
this?
easy to my iPhone. It's very easy when you
Wow.
just, yeah. It's
When you know how.
Well, no, I mean it's just
very-
on the photo settings. You have the option for photo, and you just flip over to there's, I don't know, panorama.
Time lapse or whatever.
Yeah, and there's an option for time lapse. Just flick right, whatever it is on the dating apps, right? Swipe right. That's what they
So-
say.
So don't play this, but are they little fluffy clouds? Would you say? Yeah,
Yeah.
little fluffy clouds.
Right, so
And
that's
the
the video I
skies always
made.
had little fluffy clouds in them, and they were
They-
long
bright
and
and on
clear.
Yeah, you might see
And
them
when
in
the sun
Arizona.
set, they were beautiful, the most beautiful
It's
skies,
funny
as a
because
matter
it's
of
the
fact.
orb. Everybody, if you don't know, go find the song "Little Fluffy Clouds" by the Orb. It's great. You're gonna love it.
Anybody who doesn't know that, I mean, let's say, what did he call the most? Is it Gen Zers? I don't know anymore. I don't know what fucking Gen anything is.
It's all right. Hey,
All
look,
these
people come to
special
things when they
names.
come to them. It's fine. Like if
Special
people don't
names,
know,
but they have no idea. They're like, what the fuck are these two
yeah,
talking
it's
about?
almost
Like,
as
any
though
young
generations
people.
come and they go, and people don't have the same cultural connections. That's
Yeah,
why
but it's
we
a
have to
classic.
keep teaching. Dude, I know it's a classic, but you're not going to
Dude.
convince somebody to go back in time and have heard of it. So take them where they're at and be like, "You're gonna love it."
You're gonna love it, man. It's
gonna
a
love it.
classic. I
It
mean,
is a
this game
classic.
came
Go
out
check it out.
1990, 91, somewhere around that
Somewhere
time
around
era.
there, yep.
But
One
do
of
you
the
know,
earliest
I-
examples of like down tempo ambient.
Yeah, ambient
beats.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, although There were a few before that, but
Well,
yeah.
of course, I'm saying early example.
Aphex
It's
Twin
not.
did
Yeah, we
quite
don't
a
need to
bit.
argue about what was the first. The point is,
Okay.
It was a time when there was some really awesome ambient music being made, electronic music.
There
It
was.
wasn't just like
There was.
Enos Xenakis and like music concrete, like really just obscure, odd. I mean, Brian
Yeah,
Eno
the
probably
ob-
takes the.
The Orb's Adventures Beyond the Ultra World, I think.
Except
the
that
album
last
was
track, you
called.
can skip that last one right off. Talking
No,
about
I like
swipe
all of
right.
them.
Oh no!
I like all of them. I like the one with the sheep
Loving you.
barring in the distance.
Yeah, that's fine
you
with the
know.
sheep buying. I just don't want to hear that sample of "Loving You." It's easy.
Oh, I don't
'cause
mind
you're
that.
beautiful.
Is that the ever?
Do-do-do-do-do.
Is that the ever? I think is that called the ever pulsating brain? At the
Yeah,
center
that
of the
song can just
universe?
skip right
that's
over
a
it, man.
tune.
Move on to UFO
That's a
orbit.
tune, man.
It's
But
reception.
yeah,
I'm
I
supposed
used
to be
to-
meeting somebody in reception. His name is Haile Selassie.
Haile
Yes.
Selassie, that's correct.
Yeah.
Oh God, I used to listen to that album in the dark
It's a
at
great
night,
album.
and it was such a classic album. Isn't it weird that some albums are great in the dark? You know, when you just with the headphones on in the
Yeah.
dark, and it was just beautiful. It's beautiful.
Agreed.
The most beautiful skies, as a matter of fact.
Hey, I see what you did there. Don't worry, we're going to talk about
yes.
video games at some point, people. This is not just
Yeah, we
the
are.
old farts reminiscing about electronic
So,
music
reminiscing.
podcast.
But I've been down a bit of a 90s music like rabbit hole this week at work. I've been
Oh,
listening to
snap.
all the old 90s album I used to listen to back in the day.
Sounds like a story
Paris
time.
Angel.
Time for a story, it's time for a story.
There you go.
Yeah, Paris Angels, Sunju. What an album that is.
Mm-hmm.
07. Remember 07?
Nope.
Oh, telling you.
System
What
7.
a-
We've talked
what
about
an album.
System 7.
Yeah, well, 07 were more chilled. So if you've never listened to 07, give them a go. They're like quite chill out, nice lyrics. Do you know what's her face who sang Chandelier? What was she called? Can't remember now. But she did a lot of
Cher?
the vocals for them.
Okay.
Yeah, she did a lot of vocals in the early days. System 7, absolutely
System 7
brilliant.
we talked
Great,
about,
great album. So I've been listening to quite a lot of that sort of stuff at work in the afternoon, you know, and like, nostalgia, man. It's
Yeah,
great.
why not? Totally.
You
Aw
can't
Tucker's
bit
first
of it is-
album is a classic.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
doing some schoolwork. We had a work day on Friday, and we had to gather for meetings in the morning, and then in the afternoon we had time to like grade papers and stuff. And so I was working on stuff, and it was nice. and
Wait
chill.
a minute.
Nobody-
Wait a minute. Whoa. Was it this week Chinny was away? Or was that? I thought that was next week.
I'm pretty sure he said next week, but
Yeah, I did.
Could be.
I'm wondering if it's this week he's away.
maybe he got it
But
wrong. Or
gave
we
us a
got it
wrong day. You see, I thought it was next week too. You obviously thought it was next week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said next week.
Yeah, I am. So he said I'll be off in 2 weeks, didn't he? He said I won't be on in
Pretty
2
sure.
weeks' time.
I don't know.
So, what a
Whatever.
douchebag. That might be
Hey,
why
you know
he
what?
isn't
It's
here.
possible we messed up. That is possible.
Unlikely, Duke, if we
Well,
both think it
whatever.
were 2 weeks.
I agree that it's
Anyway.
unlikely, but it doesn't really matter to me. Like, whatever. We're here. We're doing this. It is what it is.
Yeah, we're
It's
doing
not
this
as
thing.
good
It's
as it
just-
would be if we had a
there's
third, but whatever. We'll
Just
make
the
the best of what we
two
have.
of us.
Yeah.
Woo. We
The
can
other thing
make
I did
it
was
right.
I wrote some primer fan fiction. What? Yeah.
All
That's what
right,
all the kids
okay.
are into. Actually, some of my students were like, "Yeah, I want to read that." So they're nerds, and because we watched
They're
the movie and then we
definitely
went
nerds.
through the whole like, hey, here, let's figure out what's going on in Primer. And I played them the little video I made once upon a time. If anybody out there has ever seen the movie Primer, but you have not seen the video I made, it's called "The Unknowable Answer: Questions About Primer." It's very helpful. Anyway, I pinned a comment to the top of it which said, "This literally explained nothing." And so I thought that was very funny because it's true. It doesn't, even though the title on YouTube is like, the subtitle is Primer Explained, because that's how people will come to the video, right? It's
Yeah.
intelligent
So you're
marketing.
basically trolling everybody.
I'm lying to them in order to get their
Yeah, you're
attention.
trolling them
Anyway,
all.
so I put in response to that comment, this explained nothing. I added the Simpsons moment, which I will play the audio of here. After she's trying to get information about what DNA is from her doctor, he plays her this film strip from the 60s. And then at the end of it, she says,
That didn't answer anything. I need more information.
Would you like to see it again?
would you like to see it again?
Would you like to see it again?
There you go.
Yeah, that's Primer in a nutshell. It is
Primer.
unexplainable.
Watch it
It's
again.
totally unexplainable. I mean, why would anyone want to watch that film more than once is what I want to know.
Because maybe there's things you'll realize the second time that you didn't realize the first time, like I did and then
Yeah.
I see it again and again, and keep
This
seeing
is a
new
problem with branching universes.
things.
Also,
I saw, but no. For me, it's not even about the branching universes. For me, I mean that's part of it.
multiverse.
But for me, the most interesting stuff is the character dynamics. So there's a scene where, spoilers for Primer. If you haven't seen Primer, watch out. There we go.
Warning, warning, warning.
There's a scene where Aaron is trying to pressure Abe into calling Rachel to make sure she comes to the party so that Aaron can be a hero and stop the dude with the shotgun. And when Abe calls her up, like it's not clear that he's gonna do it. So Aaron like walks over toward him. It's this weird like body imposition alpha male stuff of like, you better do it, man. It's very interesting, I think.
You see, I remember that the first film I ever watched, which was of that kind of nature, was Donnie Darko.
Ugh, I hate that movie.
Dude, I really liked it, but I remember watching it and getting to the end and going, "What the fuck was all that?
Yeah,
What the
see,
hell
that's the thing.
actually happened?"
I watched it, and then I don't know if I watched it twice or if I just went to like try to get someone, okay, explain to me why you love it. You know, you don't have to tell me everything, but just like help me understand what you love about it. And people were always just like, I don't know, there's just a lot of crazy stuff going on. And I'm like, you know what? That doesn't do it for me. David Lynch, I'm not a fan of his work.
No, to be fair, I think Donnie Darko does have an explanation. It does make some sort of sense.
It might, but I've never read anything or heard anyone explain it in any coherent way.
You know, but it's a cool film. It's just cool.
Look, there's
It's
some
just
movies
cool
that are
indie
going to
film.
vibe. It is not a way to explain it. You know what I mean? And that's fine. Like if you like that sort of thing, go for it. It's just not my.
Do you know what? I need to rewatch it because it's a long time since I've seen that film and just see if it stands up. You know what I mean? Does it still hold up
Does it
after
hold
all
up?
these years? Does it hold up? Don't know. We haven't done one of them for a while. Does it hold
That's
up?
true.
The
The world needs your opinions about things holding up.
It does. Does it hold up? I mean, when did that come out? It was about 94, 93. It's a long time
I've done
ago, isn't it?
everything I can to block everything related to that.
Block
movie out of my
out
head.
Donnie Darko.
Yes. All right, are we
Anyway,
ready to talk video games?
Yeah, let's talk some video games. Otherwise people
Okay,
will be
let's
turning
discuss
off if you've
specifically
not done
what we've been
already.
playing.
Where are you going? Story time's over.
What have you been playing?
What you been playing? What you been playing?
I'm sorry the YouTube feed doesn't look as beautiful as it
Actually,
usually does.
Can I just say, no, whoa. He definitely thought he was here tonight because we discussed what we were playing for Play
Oh,
My
or
Game
at least he
Page.
didn't say anything about it. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, and he didn't go, well, it don't matter,
Yeah.
I'm not here this week, so
Right,
why
right.
are you asking me? He was just like, yeah, that's fine, yeah. Let's,
All right, well,
let's
then
do
he's just a
Monster Train 2. He
schnutz
picked
face.
it. Yeah,
No,
that's
I
a bit
picked it.
weird, isn't it? Did you
Well, he
pick it?
suggested it, and then I said I vote this one.
He was in on it, though.
Yes, he was.
So-
He really was. He had a chance to remind us that he was going to be gone, and he didn't. So he fails. F minus minus. It's like on
So now I'm
Brooklyn
thinking,
Nine-Nine. Failure,
I hope he's all right
failure.
again.
Yes, I hope he's all
All
right.
right again, because as far as I know, he thought he was on the show,
Yeah.
which is a bit weird. Right, okay. I
Okay.
guess you should go first because you've got a shit ton of stuff.
I got a shit ton. So, one of the shit tons is, hang on a second, I got to do this OBS thing, huh? One of the shit ton things is,
Yeah, now
Once
you're going to try and
Human.
get a trailer. God, you haven't talked about that in a while.
I
to be
know,
fair.
right? It's time I did. So, Once Human is a video game with. It's an awesome game. The base game is amazing. I love it. It's base building, it's resource collecting, it's survival, and then it's also like the Division with supernatural weird ass monsters. But it's a free MMO, and it's just like filled with interesting stuff. So here's the thing. Every once in a while, they put in a different, I don't know how you describe it, like some new wrinkle to the game, some new thing in the game where,
Haven't they added building or something? Is that what they've added recently?
no, they've had building. What they've added is the endless nightmare thing. I don't even know what it's called. So it's this weird, like they try to add wrinkles in that's always something different. And it's just really bizarre because it's, in this case, what they do is they throw in okay, now there's lightning blazing out of the sky and you have to make sure you never get hit by that. There's like meteors exploding near you. There's just all this random stuff happening that makes it a lot harder. And then you have to mine these clocks that grow in certain areas in order to get sand time of sand or whatever the fuck it's called. And then you have to, we're not talking about clouds. Sorry. I'm trying to do 17 things at once.
Well, don't worry. It's fine. Just keep going.
So they talk about, you got to get the sand and you got to stop these TVs that have these weird things on them and all sorts of crazy stuff. So it's just a really weird expansion of the game. I played it for I don't know. It couldn't have been more than 2 hours. And I was like, all right, I don't think I'm enjoying this. The monsters
So you're
are
just
bullet
not feeling
sponges.
it anymore.
Well, it's not the game. Again, it's this new expansion that they added. It doesn't... Okay, so I should explain, there's all these different servers, and I've got 2 characters. So I have one character that I tend to play on the main game. It's called Manibus, and I'll just play that over and over again. And then I have the separate second character that I'll try these new expansions with. So they had one a while ago, and you can still play these. They're all live all the time. So some are PvP and some are PvE. But, the new stuff, I'm not crazy about. I just went back to the old stuff, and I'm still playing the old stuff, and it's just so good. It's so good. Stuart, it's so good.
It's so good.
The base game is just amazing. I love it. So, yeah.
Horses for courses, as they say.
That's right. Horses for
Because
courses.
this ain't for me. This ain't
I understand.
for me.
You don't like fun games, and that's okay.
I don't like games that look like this. Never,
Right.
man. Do not make me play this.
I would never make you play it.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. So, what else have you been playing? I'm going to get you to say a few because I've only got 3.
Okay.
And there's a story behind that, to be fair.
Oh, snap. Watch out, people. There's a story coming. Don't worry. Yeah. So, my other game that I played is a game I haven't talked about much, which is House Flipper 2. I've talked about that a lot, too.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but that's okay. But here's a new thing. There was an update that I hadn't played before where somebody hires you to make their house ready for the holidays. So it's a Christmas expansion in House Flipper 2, and I played it in May, which makes a lot of sense.
I like that. Christmas sale in May. Why
Christmas
not?
in May.
Why not?
Yeah, it's more of a decorating game in this iteration. I mean, it's still the same House Flipper game, but all you're doing really is setting out Christmas decorations and putting down
making it look
special...
nice for the potential buyers.
It's for the buyers who have just adopted a kid, and so they're like, we want his first Christmas to be amazing. So buy, this gingerbread house and get this kind of tree and this and all these presents under the tree. And it's a fun little Christmas game. So far as it goes, the decorating stuff has never been my favorite part because you decorate it and then whatever, you sell it and that's the end of it. You know what I mean? There's only so much thrill that I can experience from decorating. Unpacking was one thing.
Isn't that the biggest part of selling? Those staging their house and all that. They're well into that in America, aren't they? All this house staging.
Some people are, sure, and maybe it's just me, but I'm not really. I like tearing down a wall and cleaning out the hideous basement and, painting the areas so it looks nice and whatnot.
You see, I don't know how true I think this is of you, Duke, because I remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, but when you had your house in Skyrim, you spent hours putting all your books in place, displaying all the stuff you collected. Is that not true?
I mean, I do. Here's the thing with the shelves. You just have to click transfer books and it puts them up for you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
As for, displaying stuff that I've collected, I'll go in the basement. It's called Elysium Estate. If anybody's never done that on your mod on Skyrim, you got to check it out. It's the best house in Skyrim, and it's not in the base game. They have mannequins. So again, you just sort of click on the mannequin and then you transfer stuff from your inventory onto the mannequin, and then it makes it look, it automatically looks good. So the work to display ratio in Skyrim is much less intense than this game. So, I mean, you're right that I do want my places where I live to look nice, but that's the thing with this game is you're not making your place to live. Because once I make my home in Skyrim nice, then I can come in from a long adventure, look at my cool stuff when I'm going to the bedroom, collapse on the bed, sleep, eat, and then leave. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong,
Go
but
ahead,
in
correct me if you're
Minecraft,
wrong. Yes.
you spent ages making art to put on your walls of your house in Minecraft, did you not?
No, I don't even know how to make art to put on your.
Did you
house
not?
in
I thought you
Minecraft.
had pictures and stuff up on your walls and spent ages dyeing
No, I mean
wool
I'll
to
do like banners and stuff, but those don't take very long. There are ways
okay.
to do. I mean, you can. I mean, there are like picture frames that you can put up that will become pixel art. Like there are like 10 or 20 pictures. I know what you're talking about. I think that like the art, but I didn't make that. It's just you craft a thing out of wool or something, and then it becomes a photo of some random picture or some, like a selection of 20 different things. So
Oh, okay.
there's really not a lot of
Fair
work
enough.
involved in
Fair
that.
enough.
So
So it's not for you, the new update. You're not that
I
bothered.
mean, it's fine. I did it. It's over. I
I'd
just thought it
say
was
new
weird.
update. It's not that new, is it? Really?
Well, it was from December. Yeah, exactly.
New old update.
Right. The update that is newish on the old things. Yes. Hi. So, how about
Fair
you
enough.
then? You said you got 7 games to talk about. 43?
Well,
78?
I wish. So I've only been off on Wednesday during the week, so because
Yeah.
we're on a rolling rota now
Okay.
at work. So 1 week I work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and only have Wednesday off, and then I'm off at the weekend. And then the other week I'm in Monday, Tuesday, and off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and have 3 days off together. So it's a bit of a weird one.
Sure.
So as a result, this week I was only off on Wednesday, and the weather was about to turn in the UK, so I had to oil my dick. So I had to get the old dicking oil out and oil my dick. So I had to do that. So I did that most of the day. So I barely had any time to play anything. And then yesterday, I've got new wardrobes for the spare room. And that took nearly all day to build. So we built 3 wardrobes, doors, shelves, drawers, everything. That took about all day to do that. So that was yesterday.
Busy.
And then I know. And then today we've been to see my auntie we haven't seen for a couple of years.
Hi,
So
Auntie.
I've had barely any time to play anything. So I'm really
Well,
once
you're in luck,
I'm
Stu.
quite,
You know why?
I know because
Chinny
you
just
played
said-
loads of stuff.
No, Chinny
Well,
just
go on.
said on the chat, coming now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Coming now. I
No,
thought
he
he must
said-
be away this week.
He said,
Jesus Christ.
well, that was 7 minutes ago. So he's surely
All
here
right.
or almost here on
He's coming.
on the Zoom.
Anyway, so I'm going to talk about South of Midnight.
Yeah.
Because as I explained last week, I turned off. Well, I didn't turn it off. You can option out of the fighting,
Right.
so you can basically just skip it. Skip it.
Sure. Skip
So,
it real good.
So today, I went in there and I got to another boss fight. So one of the bigger boss fights. So like they have mini boss fights, and then every now and again you have to solve somebody's issues as a kid.
Right.
You know, so
Paints.
something heinous happened to them as a child.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of cleanse them. You've got to cleanse them and help them to sort of become normal again, I guess, is the best way.
Sure.
So this guy, so the guy I helped today, his dad tried to confront the slave master, and the slave master shot him in the head in front of him and killed
snap.
him.
That's messed
Yeah,
up.
so that's pretty messed up. And
Yes,
as
it
a
is.
result, it became this giant eagle thing that you had to fight as a boss. And I thought, shall I skip it? But I didn't. I thought, what I'm going to do, and I said this last week, I'm going to fight the boss fights. But obviously, get rid of all the boring, pointless shit that you do.
Sure.
And that's what I did. So I had a big boss fight, and it was all right, actually. You know, it wasn't taxing, it wasn't difficult. I did upgrade my character before I went in for it.
Yeah, you
You know, I
do.
thought better upgrade the
Great.
character.
Upgrade it.
Because obviously I had loads of upgrade points as well because I hadn't done any for ages because obviously I've been skipping everything.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. It was all right. I didn't mind it. You know what I mean? I didn't mind the boss fight. It was in like 3 stages, and each stage's attacks got more complex, and you had to dodge and roll and hit and dodge and roll and all that kind of jive.
Yeah.
But she's still not found the mum, so I'm still looking for me mum.
The
I
struggle
know, it's been a while.
continues.
It's been a while. And some fairy tale baddie witch thing has taken her because she's left like red wool everywhere.
Oh my
So
goodness.
that's what I'm up to at the moment. So
What's the significance of
am-
the red wool?
I don't know, some sort of folklore type thing about some woman who used to steal children away in the middle of the
Interesting,
night.
interesting.
The usual stuff that you use to control kids when they're young and they don't know any different, and you tell
Yes.
them that if you don't behave yourself, the bogeyman's coming for you.
Sure.
Well,
With
this
the
is
red
like
wool.
with the red wool. This is the version of the kid snatcher in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or whatever. This is the version of that.
I'll take your word.
Have you
for
never
it.
seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Nope.
With
Sorry.
the child catcher, and he comes with his cage. Terrifies kids. I mean, this is a kids' film, right? And it's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Cool.
You know what I mean? They
Yeah, I
have
know
like,
what you mean.
it's not ideal.
Right,
So that's that
but
version. and
South
she's
of
been stolen
Dixie
away.
game, South of
South
Midnight.
of Midnight.
Loving it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I love the aesthetics. So I
Yeah,
really like the
it's very
aesthetics.
nice.
I like the dialogue, like the voice acting, hate the combat. So that's it in a nutshell.
You like the
there.
chinny?
I like the chinny.
Because the chinny
He's
is
a
among
stranger.
us.
Ugh.
Yay. Hey, Chinny, how you doing?
You know, Mr. Chin,
Can
we
we
were
just skip?
questioning.
Can we just skip the part
know
where
we
you
can't.
shout at me for
You
it?
know-
No,
we
no
can't.
shouting out. No shout.
Hey, stop
no
shouting. Why are you
Well,
worried
we were-
about shouting, Chinny?
We were questioning ourselves. Was it this week you were off? I'm like, is it this week he's
no,
off?
no, it's
Maybe
next
it's this week he's off. And then I'm like, no. He definitely discussed the play my game bitch with us, so it must be this week he's here. Did you fall asleep? Is
Are
that
you
what's-
doing? Are you
what's
okay,
going on?
Chinny?
Yeah, are you
so-
okay? First
So
of all?
I've been ill. Very.
I'm sorry.
Tara's been ill, iller than me.
Ooh.
God.
But today I'm ill, and I thought, well, 5:30, I'll have a little nap. Tara says, "Get
Oh
yourself to sleep."
Jesus!
And then Tara burst in about like 9 o'clock with baby in arm asleep, saying, "Mike, it's 9 o'clock." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's rather late." And I went, "Oh shit,
Oh,
the podcast."
shit.
So,
Hey, I tell you what.
yeah.
Thank God we've got the podcast account for Zoom. I just signed in and got on with it.
There we
It's
go.
just
That's
like-
what we do now, you know.
See?
And you know what?
See?
Who we can thank for that? The Patreon listeners, because you can join the Patreon by just going Veteran Games Patreon. Thank you. What
I like
have I
what you
missed?
did
What
there.
have I missed? Though? What have I
Not a
missed?
lot, really.
Oh man, you missed all the interesting things that we talked about. I made a time lapse of clouds, and Stu
Yeah.
had hemorrhoids.
90s music.
90s music.
Is there a live
and
stream? Do I need to start
There's
it?
a live
No,
stream. I
no,
got
we're
it.
all on.
Don't worry, man.
Don't
I'm
you
trying to have
worry.
it more
All
like
right.
the
We're
principal
all on
instead
the
of the vice
ball.
principal.
We're all on
That's
the ball.
good. I don't have to do
worry.
anything.
Yeah, I guess
Brilliant.
you're
You know,
right.
you
Who
just have to
cares?
talk. You do
Yeah.
look. Can I just say, you look like literally like you've just got out of bed.
You know why? You know why that is? That is
Because
shit.
you've almost
You
done
literally
that.
just
That's
got out of
what
bed.
you did.
And overslept your alarm.
Yeah, you did.
We need some
Yeah, I don't know
Beyonce.
what
Ring
alarm
the
that was.
alarm.
I was just thinking,
Damn,
like-
if I see another chick on your
I said I was in the kitchen making a cup of tea. I thought I'll make a cup of tea because my throat was killing. And Tara came down and she said, this is,
Whoa.
she just went, idiot. And I was like, I'm gonna get no sympathy from Tara. I'm gonna get no sympathy from
sympathy for both.
Stu. Duke is gonna
might
say,
get a little bit
well,
off Duke.
I'm glad that you're okay. And,
Yeah.
What do you want me to say? Oh, poor Chinny. I'm so sorry to hear.
I just, you know what? I don't want you to say anything. I just wanted. Can we just all skip it? Can we just skip it?
I was okay to skip it, but
Can we-
you
can- you
know
know, you
Stu
skip-
wasn't going to.
Would
You
you skip
know
a
You got
cutscene?
COVID. You got
Can you
COVID
skip-
again.
Can you skip a cutscene? Can we just skip the bit where we all laugh at me about it?
Nope.
Jesus.
As my auntie says, if you got COVID,
No,
COVID.
it's just
And you'll hear it again.
it's just a sort of flu like that.
So COVID, you've got some COVID, haven't you?
Chinny, since you
Oh,
asked, there was a
yeah.
Christmas update for House Flipper 2. And
Oh,
we
yeah,
talked about
that's-
how I
that's
played that in
important news.
May. So there's that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
there is
Alright.
that.
Aren't
So what
glad
have you played,
asked?
Chinny? Have you actually played
Yeah,
anything
what you
now
been
you've
playing,
turned up?
buddy?
Yeah. Are we talking about what
About-
we've been playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It is 45
you
minutes
finished
into the
it,
show.
didn't you?
We have reached the point where we talk about video games.
Yeah. Well, that sometimes that is questionable.
That is not always the case.
Yeah. I bloody finished Avowed.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
he finished. He didn't just play it, he actually finished it.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
so
yeah.
your final assessment is,
Goes on a bit, doesn't it?
well, yeah.
This is what I wrote down after finishing it. Ending was okay. It felt like it went on forever, and then it ended very, very quickly. The last boss was a little bit of a letdown because they tease a massive robot thing, but then no, just Fireface skull thing, pretty easy as well. So the spoilers for the end of Avowed, I guess, but whatever. You know that skull face thing.
Oh, wait. You're not giving me spoilers. Should I leave? I don't want spoilers for the end of it.
There's not.
Oh, go
It's
on,
so
carry on.
boring, Duke. It's
I don't
so
care.
boring.
I am going to play this,
All
and
right.
I don't want spoilers. Go ahead. Just give me a thumbs up when you're
Well,
back.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So
Right, carry on, Mike.
The fire skull person, Stu, is called I think it's Ludwin or something like that.
Right.
Right, and she shows up at the start, and she's got like a skull with flames, and you know that's bad news, don't you? You know when someone's got flames.
I feel did I get this far?
Yeah, I
don't
think
know
you
whether I got
might
this
have
far.
would
I
have
think
seen.
I
You might have
must
seen it.
done.
Yeah.
I must have
And
seen
then, so then you halfway through the game, or about like 2/3 in, you kill her. Right.
it. Right. Okay.
It's like a mission where you decide whether to side with her or kill her. You kill her, and then for no reason at all, like she comes back, and like she doesn't die, and it's like, oh, she didn't die.
So you
She's-
didn't really kill her.
And then you think, okay, like is she going to come back and be like this huge giant or something? Because when the last part, there's this huge robot in the background that's fighting like people that you can't see, and it's massive. It's like a giant, and you
Right.
think, oh, I bet that's the last boss. I bet that's the last boss. And then Ludwig shows up again, and you just kill her, and that's it.
Is that it? Is that the end of the game?
It's just really
Is there any like story exposition at the end, or is it kind of
like
just
it's like
kill her
she's
and
a,
you're
she's a soldier of the dead or something. Like her soul. There's if you're asking if there's any story or exposition, yes, Stu. There's lots of it, and it goes
okay.
on forever.
done?
So yeah, all right. I'll bring Duke back in because that was the ending.
Yeah, bring him in. Bring him in.
And we're back.
And then the dinosaur.
And you're
Dinosaur.
yes,
The
Oh,
dinosaur.
sweet.
Oh my god.
Are
So-
they
so I was-
assembled
I was-
correctly?
I was a bit underwhelmed by the ending. I didn't like it very much. But the game's good. I like the game.
I'm not expecting the ending to be great. Or
It does seem to. I don't know. I can't quite grasp why Skyrim is way better. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's
Yeah, I know
something
what you
about, but maybe it's it's open zones. It's not a complete open world. It's open zones. Maybe it's that.
Well,
and you
I
have
think
to
it's
jump
for
from-
me. It's a lot more to do with the fact that the storytelling is way up its own ass in this game.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Way up
that.
his
Yeah,
own ass.
It's so.
yeah, there's a
I
lot
mean,
of that.
Just let the game be what it is.
But there are some really clever parts to the story. Do you know what I mean? There's some clever writing.
You know what? That's fine, but that's why Tyler Durden asks Jack in Fight Club, like, how's that working out for you, being clever? He's
Yeah.
like, fine. He's like, yeah, keep it up then. You know,
Yeah,
clever's
so
not enough.
no, but there's some good dialogue options and stuff
Yeah,
which
it's
I enjoy.
I'll tell you what, Mike. I am so glad you finished this game.
Yeah,
Do you know
thank you.
why?
why?
Because I don't think I can watch this clip from the game again.
I could have gotten a different clip. I thought about getting a different one, but it's
oh
whatever. We're
God,
almost
I've
done.
seen this fight with the lizards.
And
about
now,
a
when I
million
finish
times
it this
now.
summer, I'll find a different clip. How's that?
Well,
Yeah, how about that? How about
playing-
that?
How about
Playing,
that?
playing the game is not a lot different from watching this clip. To be
Kind
fair.
of a simple loop.
But
The
How about
Duchess, by
that?
the way,
In a
just
minute,
sent me
you're
a
gonna-
picture from the supermarket of Squeals of Joy mini pig food. So,
Nice.
There you go. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right. So
No,
anything else
what
about
you should be
Avowed?
doing, eating pigs. Eating
No.
pigs. That's what you should. Nice bit of crackling.
No, pig
Um,
food. It's food for pigs, not pig.
No,
food
I
for
think
pigs.
pigs are food.
Okay, whatever.
Tasty bacon.
Is it back to me then?
sure.
yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So, yeah, I played a game. Oh God, this is a real video game that exists in the world.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's called Sunset Motel Prologue, and
Sounds interesting.
yeah, it's clearly made by people for whom English is not their first language, right? And that's fine as far as it goes. The weird thing is that it's I don't even know where to start. Like, there's some weird stuff going on in this game. So, okay, first of all, the basic gameplay is, okay, do you know House Flipper 2?
Yes.
You know
Yeah.
that game? Yeah,
Obviously, you talked about that earlier. Weirdly.
it's that. It's exactly like Stump.
Really?
It's exactly like Stummies.
And the twist is?
It's a much bigger pill.
Except instead of refurbishing a house, you refurbish a series of hotel rooms, right? And like there's a busted up TV in the room and you hit it with a hammer and that causes it to go away. As you do with an old broken TV, right? And an old broken chair. Like you just bang it with a hammer. So half of this game is just
true.
Smashing things with a hammer.
This is totally House Flipper 2. I'm just looking at it now.
And there's wallpaper and you peel the wallpaper off. And then like there's trash and you suck the trash up into a vacuum cleaner. And you bang on a window to fix it, as you do. Whatever.
I like that. Just fixing stuff just involves banging on stuff. And getting rid
exactly.
of stuff involves banging
but then you
on
paint
stuff.
Like in House Flipper 2. And you put down tile like in House Flipper 2.
He's even hitting the wallpaper with a hammer.
No. That was peeling it off. That was just
but he was using the hammer to do it.
But banging the TV is how Tara fixes the TV, and she called it.
It's also how Rosa fixed the TV, right?
She called it. She called it fixing it the Jamaican way. Is what Tara said.
I like that.
So,
bang.
So then you're fixing up the place, and then it's like, go get food down the block, and like you get in a car and drive, and it's first person driving. Like, okay, so
brilliant.
Right, first person driving. You get to this store, which is like, there's the little tiny town, but like it's in the middle of the desert, so it's just a store, your hotel, and then like 5 houses. That's the whole town. And so you go to the store, and it's these like rows of like coolers, and it's like, you should buy 1 hamburger, 1 pizza, 1 sandwich. And it's like, okay. So you go and buy those things and you bring them back and you're like, you're almost ready to open. Now we should, hey, someone just robbed us. And this guy just runs past the hotel. He doesn't go in. He doesn't it's just the narrator saying that guy robbed us. Go catch him and tackle him. But by the time I got to him, he was in a car. And then I was like, oh, and then he's like, get in the car, drive into him. And I was like, what the fuck? So I drive into him. Like suddenly it's GTA, and I crash into him. He goes flying out of this truck he's in, and then it's like, good job, you got our money back. Like, that's not how getting your money back works.
He's dead.
He's dead.
So is this like House Flipper with drug dealers? Is this
apparently
like
I don't know what's going
House
on.
Flipper?
So then he goes, good job.
No, he's dead. Go to his house and rob his house.
You got our money
kidnap
back.
his wife.
Rob the furniture to furnish your hotel room.
He goes, you got our money back. Now I left a surprise for you in the management office. I'm like, what? So I go back to the management office, and it goes, hey, well done catching the robber. He says, well done catching the robber, which means he knew we were going to be robbed? Like, what?
Yeah.
And he goes, the combo for the safe is 132168 or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck safe? And then he goes, oh, you saw my note. Go get the money out of the safe. It's in the hut. And I'm like, what the fuck? In the hut? What are you talking about? The hut. So there's a, indicator for the quest, right? And it's like,
He's Pizza Hut, does he?
no, like 200 yards to outside your hotel. There's this little house, and the only thing in it is the safe. And you're like, what the fuck is this little house? Like, this is so bizarre. So anyway, I get that money, and I come back, and like, it's
and
like, all right, now we're ready.
You get another note saying you're now.
I'll be honest.
You're now addicted to drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm liking the sound of this
It's
game. Crystal
crazy.
meth.
So then it goes,
Robin.
No. So then it goes, okay, you're ready to open up the hotel. So I put the furniture and everything in the bathtub, toilet, everything. Okay. So it's like, okay, now you're ready to open the hotel. So this woman comes up, is like, do you have and the voice acting is atrocious. Do you have a room for I could stay in? Like whatever. Yeah. And then he goes, the dude goes, all right, yeah. And so you're like, fine, yes, register. And then it's like her bag is just sitting on the counter. And I'm like, hello, lady. And then the tutorial comes up, hey, you have to bring her bag to her room. I was like, this is not an American hotel out in the middle of nowhere, like in the desert. That's not how it works, lady. Get your fucking bag. Anyway, so I get the bag and I put it outside her room, and there's a little area. It's like, put bag here. It's like, okay, fine, I can do that. And then another dude comes up. He's like, hey, can I get a room? I'm like, fine. So I got my 2 rooms open. 2 people come in. And then it goes, and I'm about ready to start working on the 3rd room. And then it goes, customer wants food. I'm like, oh, fuck. So fortunately, it's not that big a deal. It's a little tablet. She's like, I want a hamburger. It's like, okay, fine. So you go, and it's like a little mini cooking game where you like put the hamburger on the grill, and then it's a little timer, and then and meanwhile, someone's like, do you have a room? And it's like, no, we're full. And then it goes, oh, you don't have a room? And it's like, no, I don't have a room. I'm sorry. What a weird way to act.
Which bit of I don't have a room did you not get?
Get your ugly ass out of here with no room. Anyway, so then I bring the woman her hamburger, and then it goes, customer needs laundry service. And it's like, okay. So you go to the and it's like, it's the little icon over the door, and you knock on the door, and then they just hand you this like folder with laundry in it. It's got these green stink lines coming off. I'm like, what the fuck? You go to the laundry room, you put it in, you do the laundry, you bring it back, you say, thank you. And it's like, okay, fine. And then it was just like one, and then it was like, I want a sandwich, but I didn't have enough sandwiches. And so it's like, oh, I guess I'm supposed to be running back and forth to the store to buy a whole bunch of sandwiches so I can heat them up. I was like, you know what? This is way too much different stuff pulling me in different directions. And
Do you know what?
strange
This is
translations.
nothing like House Flipper, is it?
No.
It is at
Duke,
the start of it.
Duke, I
When you
know,
then-
I
it
know,
goes
I've just
completely
woke
off
up
on
from
a
a dream, but
tangent.
it sounds like you're describing a dream.
It's such a weird game. It's got interesting components, but it's also very weird. So I don't know. The prologue is free on Steam. Give it a try.
I kind of
can't
like
say
the
I
sound
hate
of it, I must admit, because it does sound interesting that they've
It's
gone
really
in this whole
it feels
It's an
okay as a
everything
game.
service.
Like if I could overlook the aesthetics, I'd be like, all right, fine. And again,
It
like
functions.
the mechanics, yeah, it functions very well. But like the fact, like at one point he goes, "Hey, the garbage bins are full. Call the garbage company to come get it." And then the garbage guy comes and goes, and the narrator goes, "Yeah, that'll be good like medicine."
Yeah.
Right,
medicine.
good like
So you never heard of that saying?
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Like I think it's designed by I looked at something about the developer and I think maybe they're from Turkey or something. So
Yeah, man.
I mean, maybe they're just not familiar
man.
with how Americans talk. But
No, that's a saying.
kinda
That's like, oh,
like-
that'll be good like medicine, baby.
Do you know what though? I'll be honest. I'm watching this and I'm thinking, I wish DIY was this easy in
Oh,
real
yeah,
life.
I know, right?
I'd be so good at
God. Wouldn't it? I mean, you'd like paintball the whole strip of a wall in like 5 seconds. I'm like,
Yeah,
how
totally.
cool would that be?
absolutely.
But
So-
unfortunately, it isn't this easy.
No.
Sunset Motel, is that what it's called? I don't remember.
I
Sunset
think you did.
Motel
I think that's
prologue.
what you've
Yep.
written.
It says Avowed on the screen. Sorry, everybody. I'm
Yeah,
not used to
that's-
doing this stream. I'm not good at it.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's like a holiday for me tonight. I'm not
Yeah,
doing any
it is.
stream, not doing anything.
You just rest up and
know.
feel better.
Yeah, you just put your feet up, man. Yeah, I've played a game sort of similar to this, but of a different nature. Because we've been supposedly playing Crime Scene Cleaner for God knows how many. So I thought, fuck it, I'm going to play it anyway.
I was
It
gonna
was
do
already
that,
play
and,
my game for a while on
Yeah,
deck, people.
it was.
supposed to be the one we play next. Yeah.
And then we keep on changing it. So I thought, fuck it, I am going to play it.
Yeah.
And it's like
We
Power
played
Wash
this once upon a time. You
Simulator.
played a demo for it.
We did. The
upon a
demo
time.
was on Next Fest.
Yes, it was.
So it was the Next Fest demo that
Yep.
we played, and we kind of liked it. Kind of liked
Yeah,
it.
I
thought,
liked it
wonder
very
what the
much.
fool- And I'm wondering how does this guy become a cleaner, of crime scenes? What happened,
Oh, is the demo
and
that
there
we
is-
played not the first start of it?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not. No, that demo threw you in at such a deep end, right? Because there's about
Yeah.
4 bodies, a swimming pool, massive house, shit
Yeah.
everywhere.
Okay, so it starts you
Pills,
out earlier.
Murder weapon.
I got you.
No, so the first crime you go to, it all begins because you're in debt, right? So your
Okay.
character in the game is in debt,
Yeah.
and the voice acting's pretty good. I've got to say, voice acting's pretty good.
All right.
And basically your brother's killed his drug dealer,
Oh my goodness.
and he phones you up and he's like, "Oh God, man, I'm in so much shit. You've got to help me out here, dude. I'm gonna
very
get this."
relatable problem.
And you're like, "What's happening?" It's
gotta
like,
get him on a boat.
Oh, you got to get to this apartment. I've fucked up big time or whatever. And you're like, right, okay, I'll sort this shit out.
That sounds
for you."
like quite a pickle.
Yeah, quite a pickle. So you have to go to this. The first scene you go to is an apartment with just one body, right?
Yeah.
But there's still fucking stuff everywhere. But it were fine, and it is like it's kind of busy work. That kind of. It's almost
Well, it's
a
cleaning
switch your
up
brain
work.
off game. Yeah, it's a switch your brain off game.
Oh yeah, sure.
So you have to go fill your water up. You got to get your mop. You got to put some suds in, and then it cleans a bit quicker. And then you've got to start cleaning all the stuff up. And there's like bloody footprints everywhere. There's blood up the walls. There's blood on the floor. There's broken furniture. So you've got a little bit like what you just showing us. Like you can repair things by hitting it. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
interacting with it, and you can like repair the shelf, put stuff, and you've got they've got this huge list of stuff that you've got to do on the before you can leave the crime scene.
Yeah.
And like Power Wash Simulator, you've got to 100% everything. You know what I mean? You've got to get rid of the body. You've got to tidy everything up. You've got to put everything.
Yeah, because
back where
otherwise
it
your brother's
was.
going to prison for 20 years.
Correct. And that's the game in a nutshell, really. And it's kind of Power Wash Simulator with blood, guts, and bodies to get rid of. I
Yeah.
guess. You know, you've got an ultraviolet camera, so you can ultraviolet light, so you can see where there's blood that's not visible. You know, so a bit like in Power Wash Simulator where you can see bits of stuff when you press whatever. This does it, but it's ultraviolet light to show up the blood.
Yeah.
And you've got to keep on dipping everything in your mop bucket because if you get to a certain point, you start putting blood black on everything. You know, blood's everywhere then because
Blood is everywhere.
Your mop's sodden with blood, so you end up with blood all over the place. But that all being said, I'm kind of impressed. It looks good. It plays well. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of interesting, this story that beats that they've got going on.
This
that
is
you-
my
you know,
favorite
yes.
game you've talked about
Yeah.
on this podcast with all the blood. Is very nice. Wouldn't you agree, Guillermo?
It's very nice.
Yes.
I think Chinny would love this. I do
Yeah.
think you'd really enjoy
I think
this
so
game.
too. I seem to remember he did when we played it on Next Fest.
Yeah, because and you've got to get rid of evidence as well. So it's not only cleaning everything up, you've got to look for evidence and get rid of all that stuff as well. So there's kind of a lot going on. And I think, unlike Power Wash Simulator, there is a whole other level of complexity to it because of all the different tools you have to use to dispose of everything.
Agreed. Is
So
there a timer on
yeah.
this one?
Nope. So there's no.
Okay,
not that
I
I've
guess I remember
noticed.
the dialogue on the demo was like, you gotta hurry up and get it all cleaned up, but maybe that was just the dialogue and there's no actual timer. or
Yeah,
timer.
I've not come across any timer as of
That,
yet,
I think
but
that would
doesn't
make it
mean-
annoying. So
Yeah,
hopefully
but
if
that
there
might
is, they can
get
turn it off.
introduced. Yeah, it might get introduced further in the game.
I mean, some people would
You know
like
what I
it.
mean?
You know, like it could be interesting to have the pressure on. Of, you gotta get it done.
Yeah, but it's all
But
really
whatever.
clear. I feel like it's really well designed.
Yeah.
You know, the interface is fine, and it gives you loads of info. It's like it just gives you like a list of objectives. You got to do this. You got to do that.
Yeah.
You got to get in the place. You know what I mean? And you've got to get to work, I guess.
Yes, you do.
But it's like if you were the guy in a Tarantino movie that you never see.
Well,
You
yeah,
know, the
Mr.
one who-
Wolf.
one who-
Yeah.
So it comes and cleans all the shit up.
Cleans
that
it
Shit,
all
you
up.
sending the wolf?
behind. Yeah,
That's all you
sending
had
the
to
wolf.
say. Yo, Amar,
let's go.
thanks for being in the chat. All right, yeah, cool. So, thumbs up for you on this.
Yeah, thumbs up for Crime
what you
Scene
call it?
Cleaner.
Crime Scene Cleaner. Cool.
And it's on Game Pass, so you
On
know
Game
you can
Pass,
play
give it
for
a try,
free.
people.
I'll give it a
Just play
give it a
it.
go.
Yeah, good game.
And
back to
now's
you,
the time for
dude.
play my game. Oh,
Oh, I do not play my game, bitch. We can do.
I think we should talk about play my game. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So this is the part of the show where we talk about a game that we all played.
Yes.
Indeed, you do.
And I want to start by saying the game is called Monster Train 2. And while I was playing this, I couldn't stop thinking about Chinny constantly talking about games where he doesn't like, first of all, orcs and elves and witches and shit. Secondly,
Correct.
games where numbers are flying out of people's heads. Thirdly, where you have to read a whole lot. And fourthly, think games that are complicated in a needless way. So
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought of
Yeah.
Chinny talking about those things when I was playing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, Chinny, can we just say, absolutely loved Monster Train, the first
Yes.
one.
Oh, yeah.
He does love Monster Train. I could not
does.
get into this. I tried like 3 different rounds. I was doing okay apparently because I suck. All my soldiers keep getting wiped out, but I guess that's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So like I don't like that,
Yeah,
and I
but
don't like
can I-
cards. I don't need cards. Fuck you and your cards.
Can I just ask you a question, dude? Did you kill the big boss at the end of?
I
the
killed a
first-
boss. It was like boss fight coming.
Yeah, the first one, and then you do another round, and you get this big boss comes.
Okay, I don't
And
know.
he-
The
he
point
can
is,
fly.
I played a few rounds, didn't like it. Cards.
No, fair enough.
Now, y'all
And
go
he
ahead.
flies from level to level, and I did the first boss was fine, the first level, and then you get to the second level, and I just got annihilated, and it just killed my pyre and all that bollocks. And I'm like, is this one of those games
Yeah.
where it kills you at the beginning just to show you how
No.
hard? Well, this fucking game sucks because I don't think there's any way to kill that second boss that I came across
Well,
with the cards I have.
You got to just
first-
get new cards. You got to level up your cards. You got to do different cards. You got to draw new cards.
Yeah, my first go, I got pretty far. Yeah.
How long have you played the first? You played the first one for hours.
Yeah,
right,
a lot of
Jimmy?
hours. Yeah.
So you know the mechanics on the jump. We're trying to figure this shit out from square one.
It's so complicated and nothing makes any sense. And it's
I
like,
suppose,
this does shift, this does resolve, this does paragon or something. I'm like, it doesn't really explain anything. It's almost like it assumes you've played the first game.
But
So you
the
know-
first game was like that though. The first game is like, wait, I'm gonna
Figure
tell
this shit
you
out, man.
shit.
If
I mean,
you
it does
work at
give
it, you
you
can
like
understand it.
I mean, this Snotty Whelp that's on screen at the moment, Snotty Whelp, he doesn't even tell you what he does. He
does
does,
say
but it
what it
makes
does.
no sense.
Well,
Yeah, but what does he do?
well, until you experiment. The idea is that you play, you experiment with stuff, you see a little better results here, a little worse there, and you keep playing. And I mean, that's the idea of a roguelike, is like you play. You learn by playing and dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, when this was in Next Fest, because this was in a Next Fest demo, I played the demo then as well, and I hated it. I just was like, I can't get into this. I don't understand what's going on. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
I'm with you.
Complicated.
I know it's
Complicated
exactly
shit.
the same.
All right, Chinny, tell us why you love it.
This game's awesome. This game's awesome. All right. It's not that far from Monster Train 1. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Okay.
pretty similar. There are a few things that I'm like, I don't know what that is. Like Valor. I'm like, I don't know what the Valor is. I don't know. But it seems to be good. So it's like, it's got 4 Valor. I'm like, all right. But I know if I play it enough, eventually my brain it'll click. It'll go, oh, I know what it is now.
Oh, that's what Valor is. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there you go. That's what that does.
it's a roguelike, and I don't like roguelikes. Correct. It's a game where you have
You
to
don't
do
like
a rigging.
writing.
Yeah, correct. It's complicated shit.
It's got wizards and elves and shit.
But no, I enjoy it because I don't know. I just really got into the first one. The first one sort of reminds me of COVID. I got into it then, and essentially it's a game where you have to like send your soldiers out on different levels of this train, and the enemy's coming from the bottom, and then they try and get to the top to kill the heart of the train. And
Starting from
you
the
have
bottom, now we hit.
you have to sort of work out like what the best combination is. You have to each run through, and every time you die, you're leveling up your stack of cards. So you could have a minion card of like just a stupid soldier, but by the time you've done your third or fourth run, this minion card could be upgraded to be pretty badass. Do you know what I mean? So then depending on the run, you can add multipliers to your hero, where he attacks or she attacks multiple times. And maybe they only deal 32 damage or something, but then they deal it twice, and then you can multiply that. And so you've just got to get a run where everything stacks well, and all these effects happen really well. What I think Monster Hunter Train 2 is
It's just
not
Monster
radic-
Train, everybody. He's sorry, he misspoke. It's not Monster
Yeah,
Hunter
he's-
Train. That'd be a
he's
very
talking
different
about
game.
a completely
Well, I think
different game
a lot of people give games shit sometimes for going too far in a direction that's not the same. It's like this is pretty much more like it's more Monster Train. There are some differences. There's abilities that you have to select the character on, and you can apply before you take your turn because it's all about turns.
Right.
So I don't really like that because that means I have to like it sort of spoils the flow in a weird way. It's like there's hits you can do that aren't the turn, but whatever. But it's just more it's more demons. It's more like varieties on different things, more different spells. But it's pretty much the same stuff. So it's not too far from what Monster Hunter Train. Sorry, not Monster Hunter. Okay. Monster Train 1 was.
He's combining two games
yeah,
into
yeah, yeah.
one.
That's right. It was a very different game.
And that's okay. That's fine for me.
It gives you more of what you like. That's fine.
I suppose that would be the critique of it. It's very similar, but that does not bother me in one bit. So I really like it. The story is garbage. The first one was you're hell and you're being attacked by heaven or something like that.
I remember that.
And now the story is heaven and hell have teamed up to kill.
They've combined forces.
Something like that. So
Yeah,
now
I got to
you
that bit, and I'm like, nah, I'm done.
yeah. Now you can like do them and you can have different factions. So the faction that you start with isn't the one that you have to. You always pick two factions, so you have two different types of soldiers basically. But you can pick another one, and you get a completely different kind of run. Do you know what I mean? Different sort of spells, different sort of hits and attacks and stuff. So it's about learning the best one. And no, I really enjoy it. I really like it. It's addictive. It's quite an addictive game. It's a game where you sink in a lot of time in and you don't have a lot to show for it. But I suppose that's most roguelikes, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of my issues was that I'd sort of, spent the time trying to build some deck and, getting some cards that looked like they were pretty cool. And then got obliterated. And I'm like, where's the fun? Where's the fun?
Well, the fun
in
comes
getting
when you get it right.
obliterated?
Yeah, I think the fun is like is getting as far as you can. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's just it's getting as far as you can on that.
I bet
on
I
that
can get
train
further
journey.
next run through, and then you get a little further.
Yeah. And I've done runs where I'm pretty good, and then I just die way quicker than I usually do, and then I've done runs where I get really far. It's not too dissimilar from Blueprints where you play that game and you don't get that far, and then eventually you get further. That's the fun, and most roguelikes are like that. I think I
or
just
lack
played
of fun,
this.
depending on your perspective.
I played this during COVID, and it reminds me of COVID and stuff. And I think I just played it enough where it clicked, and I got it. And I was really into Slay the Spire at the time as well. And Slay the Spire is that's probably arguably the more popular roguelike than this. But I just enjoyed this one way better, way better. And this is kind of the reason why I always try different genres of games, because in my head I hate roguelikes.
Oh, on paper,
and then
this
this
is
came
a game
along
you would
and
hate.
Yeah. On paper I'd hate it, but I really enjoy it, and I just sort of understand it really well now. Not that it's complicated. I think it's just because I've exposed myself to it for many hours. No,
which to be fair is a bit like Blueprints, isn't it? Because you kind of hated and loved that at the same time.
Yeah. I
somehow.
mean, that's what roguelikes are. They reward you for playing them. You gain the knowledge you gain from what this card does, what this ability does, and in Blueprints it's like what this puzzle does, what this rune does. Is the point of a roguelike. So it's kind of all progression in a way. But it doesn't feel very rewarding, so I can understand it.
In a random
I can understand why people would play and go, like, I feel like I'm getting nowhere, I'm just dying and dying. But you are gaining knowledge, you know what I mean? Even if it's just how do I play this game, it's still knowledge of like how
And
it's just
to be fair,
curve.
that's how video games used to be for many years. It was like, okay, you walk up to a Mortal Kombat 2 machine for the first time, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and someone's gonna kick your ass. But we in 2025 have gotten pretty spoiled with like, hey, here's what I expect. This game's gonna show me how it works. You're gonna give me, helpful tutorial. No, fuck you, play it.
Or even like the early Mario games, like you get to like level 6-1, and you're like, oh, this is the level that I always get to that trips me up, and then you die, and you have to go back to the start.
Oh
and,
yeah, you had a certain number of lives, exactly.
So the knowledge you get really by doing it each time is the only real thing that you progress. So I love it. It's not vastly different. The art style and stuff. Like I don't like demons and all this sort of stuff. I don't particularly like the art style. It's not. It doesn't really anything that floats my boat. Yeah. It's just the gameplay loop of what I have to do, and if you get
and the aesthetics are, to be fair, the aesthetics are very satisfying. You put a card down, and when they fight.
Oh yeah, it's all good
sounds,
good animation, good good UI, good
shit gameplay.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah.
It's not shit gameplay. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single game that has cards in it that I like. I can't think of a single game that has any cards that I'm like. I mean, Solitaire.
You see, I like
Solitaire,
Balatro.
Yeah.
I like Balatro.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into Balatro. Governor of Poker, that's the one. Sorry,
I think Balatro is it's way simpler, isn't it? Because it's poker hands. Yeah. So if you know poker hands, and even if you don't know poker hands, like you can get Balatro. I think the reason why Balatro is so successful is that it's just its entry level is
easy
really
to understand,
really
but has a lot of depth.
Yeah. And whereas this is like, it's demons and it's like, all this sort of stuff, and there's lots of icons on the screen, and yeah, there's like resolve and barrier, and you're like, what the fuck is all this stuff?
Yeah, what the
Whereas
hell is
Balatro is
going on?
very, very simple, but
Yeah.
super, super complicated as well.
Bit like Bookshot Roulette. That game's great because it's so simple. Do you know what I mean? It's got that
Shoot
same
somebody
sort
with a
of
shotgun.
shoot somebody with a
That's pretty
shotgun. And
simple.
is it loaded or is it not loaded?
Yep.
And you can, do loads of things that, tip it in your favor.
All right, so
And they
that's
can
Monster
also do
Train
it.
2. Anything else about Monster
Yeah.
Train 2?
So is it a thumbs down for you two?
Thumbs
me, it's
down
thumbs
for me.
down, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, well, I'll give it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
You'll make up for our 2 thumbs down.
That's
with your
true.
giant
I'll give it
He's
thumbs
given
up.
two
Double
thumbs
thumbs
up.
up.
Yeah.
Double
9
thumbs
thumbs
up.
up like Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, it's
I mean,
not
I've got
for me.
other things, but I'm going to push them back again because they're really not important. And they're not going to take very long.
And to be fair, we have a lot of emails again.
And
It
we had a
seems to be
late
an every other
start for
week
some
thing.
reason.
Yeah, we did. I can't remember why that would have been. But
It's
it's
funny
all right.
because Chinny
It's
took a
okay.
nap and he wasn't feeling well.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So let's go through all these emails we've got, shall we?
Woo,
We're gonna
emails.
start- We're gonna start with this evening.
Oh wait, I should play the email sound. My bad. I forgot to play the song. Here comes the song.
Whoa, that ruled.
Okay, that ruled.
You're
Yes.
yeah, you're in, Stu.
All right, okie So first email this evening is off David Thatcher.
David Thatcher.
And it was a reminder because we did. That's what was part of what we have to do this week. But it's just a reminder to say you've got the character sound clip quiz still to do.
Oh yeah.
I think I've sent that. Did I forward that to you, Duke, or not?
Nope.
Oh, just a minute, and I must do that. Then hold up.
While we wait, here
Oh,
comes some
dear.
music. If you're hanging out with your friends,
Well, we don't have to
sit
do that
down
right
on your
now.
hemorrhoids. What?
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 You get mugged and behind the shop. Be
Just a minute,
careful
how's it
that
get-
you don't get shot.
I don't know where
I
it's
don't
gone.
know. What? Stu's looking for some stuff.
Oh, it's here. It's right at the bottom. It's right at the bottom. I found it.
I don't know you.
I will forward this to you while I'm
Forward
reading the
it.
other email.
Forward it.
Just a minute. I know. I should have got
Okay.
Keep.
Ooh,
It's a while,
Venmo
isn't
just
it?
sent me something. There's a
been a
Venmo
while. There
credit
you go.
card. I gave a Steam
you
comment an
go.
award.
So there you go.
Shinny's
That's
like,
to you.
More of a wipe.
Okay. Next. Next emails from John Collins.
Okay, John, I
You know,
see you.
John hates games. I don't know why he plays
I
video games.
I love the fact that he
them.
hates them.
He just
Yeah.
hates them. And he says cutscenes. He says cutscenes. He says, I have ADHD.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And when a cutscene starts, I get bored instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Like that.
Bam.
I just pick up my phone and start browsing
Yet
social
you listen
media.
to this show, John.
I know,
can't be
yeah,
that
it's quite
bored.
impressive.
I mean, you know.
Oh yeah, how do you listen to
How do
us
you
for
live?
whatever 2 hours?
How you lie?
I kind of zone out, but I still listen to the cutscene. I prefer the gameplay rather than the story. But there's
Yes.
sometimes I'm confused as to what's happening and how did I end up there. What's your opinions on cutscenes?
You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack.
I know, yeah. Do you watch them or do you skip them? Do you watch them or skip them?
There's a meme
Hey,
or
what
something
happened?
where like there's a certain cutscene. I think it's in like Metal Gear Solid or something. If you skip it, it goes from like this beautiful forest to like burning hell, and you're like, what the hell? Something like that. I can't remember what it game
I
was.
love it.
Yeah. No,
It
I
sounds like
tend-
something Kojima would do, doesn't it?
I tend to watch them. But I used to work with a guy who did exactly the same thing, just skip. I tend to watch them. But Avowed is probably the first game where I've really skipped a lot of dialogue, and I've gone, just shut the fuck up.
To be fair, you could skip every other line and still basically
Yeah.
follow the story, I'm sure.
But whereas I'm playing Doom, The Dark Ages, which I didn't talk about, but I'm playing that, and
You're not skipping those cutscenes?
No,
Seriously?
I like the cutscenes in that because like
They're
the
pretty
gameplay
weak.
is so frantic and
There's
stressful.
a human that is causing us trouble. Mr.
Well,
Third
I've-
Lieutenant Corporal of Hell, what do you think?
Yeah, but-
Well,
but-
Mr. Third General, second...
But the gameplay of Doom is so like full on, and
Yeah.
like I'm sweating, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, and my hands
need
are
a break.
cramped up and stuff, and I'm like, oh, thank God, a cutscene, and it's just like, oh, well, let's send them in, and I'm like, yeah, and I think they're quite good looking cutscenes as well, you know.
I mean,
They're
look,
quite good.
yeah, aesthetically they're fine. It's just they're writing shit.
Yeah, but I enjoy that as well. I was like, what stupid shit is gonna come up? So for Doom is a good example where you enjoy the break, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But I do watch most of them. I do watch most of them.
I can't
but-
not skip cutscenes. It's ridiculous. Like when playing Avowed, like it's ridiculous. The dialogue is so painfully slow, but I'm still sitting there. Even on Once Human, like there's not really. I mean, there's dialogue on text, but there's no speaking for the dialogue. And Once Human, I'll watch the cutscenes in that. Like it's just weird. I can't not. I can't skip them.
I think for me, I don't skip cutscenes because I like story. I want stories in games, so I try and play games that have decent stories.
Yeah.
But I think Valve does it best. Because they don't really have cutscenes. They have the
They don't even release games though, do they?
No, they don't.
No, I agree. But what they do is you move through what
part
would
of the
normally
game.
be a cutscene.
Yeah,
Like
it's
at the
part of the
start of
game.
Half-Life 2, like you're right. A lot of games would show that train in amazing graphics with real close-ups on your character's feet or something. And this was like, no, you can wander around the train station. Like you have to transition into
Everything's
this place.
in engine.
A third of Half-Life 2 is you being locked in a room with other people staring at you. Just like no matter where you walk in the room, they're always looking at you. They're always looking
Yeah,
at you.
sure, exactly.
Well,
Wheatley
they were.
at you
I
on the
mean, they
screen.
were doing that before anyone else had even thought about it. You know what I mean?
And
That
it's a
game
smart way
is
to do it
old.
because we
Yeah.
I mean, I only want to speak for myself, but I think I'm also speaking for a lot of other people. We want to play the game. You know what I mean? The thing that bugs me about cutscenes is like suddenly I'm not playing the game. I have
Yeah,
to
it
stop
takes you
and
out.
watch a little movie. And it's like, I don't want to watch a little movie. Same with
That bugs
Skyrim.
me-
Like there are cutscenes, but it's mostly like you're watching people talk in real time. It's like, yes, good. This
bugs
is
You know,
me
it's
if-
like
if-
it's like
if you-
GTA games don't have cutscenes, do they? Really? They're all.
Yeah, they
you know.
definitely do.
Do they?
GTA games, every mission is a cutscene.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
You're probably right.
The fact that you
Red
don't
Dead
realise
is
that,
Red
maybe
Dead-
that's a
is
testament to how good they
Red
are.
Dead's the same. Yeah, that's how good they are. You see, I don't.
Yeah, but like they're it was interesting when when what's that Star Wars game Outlaws came out, and they did a side by side of how brilliant the original Red Dead. There's like a scene where he goes into the sheriff's office and compared it to a very similar scene in Outlaws, and the Outlaws one is just flat. There's no cinematography. There's no clever angles. There's no thought to the dialogue, and then Red Dead is just like it's like a movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
every
like all
angle.
of the
well, that's the
level.
thing. If you're gonna make me watch a little movie, make it interesting somehow.
Yeah, make it good.
And your writing isn't as brilliant as you think it is, so you
I
gotta
suppose
step it up.
I like if something in the cutscene happens where it's like I'd rather just do that. Do you know what I mean? As
Yeah,
a game,
exactly.
I'd rather do that.
Right.
But I think Indiana Jones did it really well because part of the appeal of Indiana Jones was you want to see Indy, you want to see him talk. You know what I mean? He's a character that you love.
Right.
So when you play as Indy and there's big boss fights and you do a lot as Indy. But then when you get to a cutscene, you're like, I'm seeing Harrison Ford. This is cool. Do you know what I mean? So it rewards you in that way, and a lot of it's dialogue heavy, that stuff that you don't really want to play.
Would you say that that's your favorite indie game?
Thanks for listening to the show. It's now terminated due to that joke.
It's the end of the veteran gamers.
There you
Yes, forever.
go. By the way, can I just apologise to John Collins? It's not John who hates video games. It's Alex. Alex, sorry.
No, Alex was the one that ran.
Sorry, apologies, John. It's not you. I've got the wrong person.
Stu.
I'm apologising. I'm apologising. So,
Yes.
so don't take
That's
it
okay, we
personally.
forgive you.
I got mixed up who hated
John, I know a
games.
lot of people that do cut cutscenes and
Cut the cuts.
yeah, they skip them a lot. And when I used to work at the Express & Star, and this guy was like, "Oh, I skip everything," and I'm like, "What?" I thought he was like crazy, but he's probably I don't know if he was ever diagnosed, but he probably has got ADHD or something. He's like, "No, I got to play it," and I get that. Yeah.
Do you know what I think is one of the games with the best cutscenes in recent times?
Skyrim.
Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
Because you have this mixture of live action and crazy shit, and I think
I know, but like if you've got ADHD, that would fucking bore you a bit.
yeah, it fully added to the story, though. I mean, everything was necessary.
And if you
that
skip
makes
some of them, you're like, why am I in
yeah,
this weird
what
New
the
York
hell
now?
is
Like, yeah,
going
yeah.
on?
Welcome to New York.
But
We've
great,
been
but that's
waiting
for
for
me
you.
one of the best
Welcome
recent
to-
ones.
I think
Talking-
if you're attracted to games that require you to watch them, you know, like Doom, for example, like you don't need to watch the fucking cutscene for that. You just skip.
That's
But if you're attracted to games where you do want them, the story heavy games, then it's going to be harder and harder to not skip them.
So talking of Alex Green, who
Oh, yeah.
hates video games.
Yeah.
Are you
he
sure
sent
he's
an
the
email,
one?
Games.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah, I'm definitely sure.
you sure?
Games I love. Games I
yeah.
love. After last week's email where I had a good moan about Jedi Survivor, Stu asked
Yeah,
whether
you
or
did.
not I should be playing video games at all and questioned what I thought about some of the games. We didn't, did we? We gave him a list of games that we love
Yeah.
to see what he thought about them.
These are the gold standard veteran gamer all-time faves.
So, yeah, so this is his response. He said,
Okay.
You asked me about Portal 1 and 2, Red Dead 2, Skyrim, and Witcher 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the Portal games. Love Stephen
good.
Merchant as
Yay.
Wheatley in the second game. Really enjoyable. That's good.
Yay.
That's good.
I love Red Dead 2. Love the characters. Love the Wild
Red Dead
West
2.
setting.
Yay. I don't like how
Right.
you're building up to this.
Yeah.
My granddad loved Clint Eastwood films and watched lots
yeah,
of Western movies together growing up. Love,
Tick.
love.
All right.
I absolutely hate Skyrim. No, he doesn't actually. I love Skyrim. He loves Skyrim. It has a satisfying gameplay loop, find quest, clear dungeon, pick up loot,
That's
sell
right.
loot, level your
Amen.
character, good stories.
Preach.
Love the Thieves Guild story in
Hallelujah.
Riften.
That's
Love
right.
it.
Good stuff. Oh, that love story with what's her name and what's his name? Oh, that always gets me every time. So good.
I have no
Yeah.
idea what you're talking about.
Never played The Witcher 3. Never played
Oh
it.
my God, what are you doing? Play it. You'll like it, I think.
Yeah.
If you like Skyrim, I think you will like Witcher 3. It's a
There's a
very
And I
reason,
like
though.
it. I like it,
Yeah,
and I don't
Judy
like
doesn't
that kind
like
of
these
shit.
games, but
And
he
I
likes
played it a lot.
There's
yeah.
a reason which I kind of understand. Which
What's
kind
that?
of
What is it?
understand.
He doesn't like
'Cause it-
blonde
I
people.
I played The Witcher 2 because it was free
Oh.
on Xbox Live Gold. Remember when Xbox gave you 2 free Xbox 360 games and 2 Xbox One
Yeah,
games for
yeah,
free
yeah.
every month? I pretty much played every games with Gold game. Didn't like The Witcher 2. But I have bought The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, the complete edition, for about £8 last year on Xbox Summer Sale because I heard it was good and thought I'd give it, a
is.
go at that price, but still haven't played it. It's
I never
celebrated
played 1 or
its
2,
10th
but 3
No.
is the bollocks.
I think what you've got to understand is the gulf between 2 and 3 is a
enormous.
little bit like the gulf between a PlayStation 1 and a PS3, isn't
I'd say
it?
it's
You
the
know,
gulf between
that
Oblivion and
stark.
Skyrim. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
Oblivion and Skyrim are very different games, and Skyrim polished up everything about Oblivion. So I think The Witcher 3 did that as well.
So
I agree.
yeah, let us know. Report back when you've played it. Report
Yeah.
back.
Report back.
So I am going to list some
Report
other
back.
games that I love and rank them out of 10. So these are the games
Okay.
he
Oh,
personally
okay.
loves.
All right.
All right.
Now we're getting
So,
some real reviews going on here. Listen up,
we
people.
Go.
Here we go.
Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. 10 out
Okay.
of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
of
Totally
course.
agree. We had hours of fun playing those
We
games.
had a lot of.
Oh, yeah.
We should have another
Hours
play
of
date
fun.
someday with that game.
Yeah, we should.
Left 4 Dead,
Should
jeez.
loved it.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare through to Black Ops 2, the golden era of Call of Duty, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
era.
okay.
Now, I don't wholly agree with his next one, which is Assassin's Creed 1 through to Syndicate. Now, I would admit 1. I think from
Yeah.
2
Two
Two was the
onwards.
game changer.
definite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
10
mean,
out
one
of
had
10.
charm
Assassin's
and
Creed
it
1,
was trying something, but it didn't really make it work.
I'd say
it
the
was
whole
changing stuff.
yeah. My problem with that is one. Don't get me wrong. I like 1, right, but not many
Yeah,
people do.
yeah.
But 1's a slog. 2's great. Brotherhood's great. Revelations is
great.
great. 3 is not. He's a bit rubbish. 4
bit iffy.
brilliant. Love 4.
Brilliant,
Played
yeah.
it twice, and then you've got Unity. Ugh, no thanks. And then
Liberation. I wanted to like Liberation. I couldn't get into it.
Liberation. I never played that one, but yeah. And then Syndicate. I liked. That's the London
Syndicate
one. I
was
It's a
good.
black
I like-
woman
I
as
like
the
Syndicate.
protagonist, and you just hate that.
Liberation. Yeah. I hate all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just cheesy
That's
That's why you
racist.
won't play South of Midnight.
Racist.
Correct.
Exactly. Okay,
I'll get enough
some
of it at home. Do you know what I mean?
Some of the Forza games, 6 out of 10. I've got to be in the mood for a racing game, but I do like Forza.
Yeah.
The newer Star Wars Battlefront games, 8 out of 10.
No,
I mean, I'd say 6. They're good, but they're not
I
nearly
don't play
as
them,
good
so
as
I
the
can't really
OGs.
comment.
they're very sort of like forgettable. I think if you're talking about the single player games, like they're very forgettable. The multiplayer games were fine. They're all right.
They're fine. I
But-
only play the multiplayer. I don't know.
Yeah.
And now he falls off a cliff edge.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What's he say?
Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and 3, and
Goodbye.
Sonic and Knuckles. 10 out of 10.
10
10
out
out
of
of
10. Wow. You are
Incorrect.
incorrect, sir. I'm sorry to tell you.
Incorrect. Does he mention about last time we played those games?
Yeah,
He
really.
said, well, look, just
Okay.
to, justify his reasoning.
Jesus
just to,
Christ.
he says, I grew up with these on the Mega Drive.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have them on Xbox, still play them with backwards
Ah.
compatibility.
Wow.
I love these games and play them all the time.
As long
They
as you're
still
walking the
hold
walk.
up
They don't.
very well in
No.
capital letters.
You are wrong. No. The
Mister, this is like bloody John Mouse with Lost Planet, innit? You know,
Yeah, it
remember
is.
that? Lost Planet?
yeah.
Uh,
No. They're just
Mr.
the gameplay. The whole appeal of Sonic is like going fast.
Go
When
fast.
you play Sonic and you're like, oh my god, I just keep getting hit by spikes and like this water level's awful.
It's a game.
and-
It's a roguelike. You've got to learn how to maneuver
Terrible.
through all the
Terrible.
spikes and around the.
And then
loop-de-loops
they
and
give you
shit.
Tails, which is like a second life, and then they give you Knuckles, who's slightly you can climb a bit and
Sure.
stuff like that. But yeah, I played them when they
Fun
came out.
whirlwind.
Yeah, and I played the more recent one that was like a remake, but not a remake. It was like Sonic Met something. I can't remember what it's
Sonic
called. Yeah,
Meh? Is that what you're saying?
Sonic M something. Sonic
We
M
said
Mania. Sonic
meh. M-E-H. Meh.
Sonic
Now-
Mania. Sonic
Can
Mania.
I
That was
just-
it. And I was like, this is awful. I hate it.
Can I just say he's about to break the fourth wall here? Are you ready?
Oh my god. Go ahead, do it.
So he says, Mr. Mike Chin might hate Sonic, but I love Sonic. Love it.
Yeah.
Chinny might currently be moaning about Sonic right now.
Oh, you got that nail right on the head.
I am. Yeah.
But no, he can't change my mind. I love it. Sonic Mario.
We're not trying to
also a
change
10
your
out of
mind,
10.
dude. We're trying to warn other people who might be impressionable. There are children listening to this show. We have to warn them about what's out there.
Sonic, the
Whenever I see a
dangers of
kid
Sonic
with
the Hedgehog.
whenever I see a kid with like a Sonic T-shirt, I just go, oh.
Oh, you poor
People-
dad. Your dad made you
Oh
watch
yeah,
it, didn't
they
he?
all.
I'm sorry, kid.
They all
You
went and
poor
watched the
child.
movie and were like,
Yeah.
"Hey, this is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
No,
I'm
but
gonna
from-
play the game."
From what I know, I've never watched the Sonic movies, but from what I've heard, they're okay. Like they're fine
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah,
they're
Jim
fun.
Carrey's fun.
Yeah, I've been tempted
Now
to
that they
watch them
fixed
just
his
because
mouth.
I love Jim Carrey, but I'm sure they're funny movies for kids and stuff, and I'd be happy to watch those because I don't have to endure the horrible gameplay of Sonic. But and Sonic himself is just a bit of a douche. In the games, he's a bit of a douche, isn't he? Yeah, he's got attitude because he waggles his finger. Shut up,
Yeah,
Sonic.
he thinks he's so fast. He
To be
can't.
fair, at least he has a
Tails doesn't even
personality.
sound a
Mario
scream.
doesn't really have a personality, Chinny.
Until he hits
Mario,
something spiky and then he's fucked, isn't he?
yeah, but Mario is everybody's friend. You know what I mean? He's everybody's.
No, he's not somebody's friend. He's just a dude who runs around bopping on Koopa Troopas.
He's a
That's
plumber.
not.
He's got a job.
He's got a job. So
Yeah,
what? He's got
plumber.
a job. That's not a personality. Job isn't a personality.
Yeah, it is.
Sonic has a
Some
job.
people.
Collect all the rings.
Sonic. What does Sonic do?
I'm sorry.
He doesn't
Look,
pay
I'm
his
not trying to
taxes.
hate on Mario, but we gotta
Sonic
be
doesn't-
honest.
Sonic doesn't pay his taxes. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he does.
That's because
Okay.
he's smart.
He knows
You know,
that gold is God's currency.
He runs
that's what
away
he
from
knows.
him.
Yeah,
He runs
gonna go
away. He's a
check on
tax
Fort
dodger.
Knox. Yeah, exactly.
He's like Mr. Hedgehog. You. Oh, he's gone again, bastard.
Damn it.
He carries on. He carries
Okay.
on. Rise, son of Rome. Ace
Wow,
out
these
of
are like
10.
jumping
What
all over
the
the place.
hell?
What the pick a lane?
Do you know?
What
Do
are
you know
doing?
what though? Whoa! I actually kind of enjoyed
No, I
this.
liked
I'm not
it,
saying
but
it's a
like-
bad game.
Oh, really?
I'm just saying like
I'm not saying
he
it's
goes
an
from
8 out of
Call of
10.
Duty to
Stu,
Sonic
Stu,
to Portal.
But
If
it
somebody-
was
if-
decent. It was
if-
all
Rise,
right.
Son
If
of
somebody
Rome.
asked you list your favorite games ever, would you put
Yeah, it
fucking
wouldn't,
Rise
it wouldn't
on
be
it?
Rise son of Rome,
No.
no. But it were all right.
No,
it
it's
were
fine.
decent.
Well, yeah, no,
It's
we're
fine.
not
Better than
dissing
I
it.
expected.
It's a fine
It's in the
game.
category of games that were fine, and I completely
perfectly
forgot about it.
serviceable
Better than
video
I
games.
expected.
Yeah,
It's in
and
that,
I forgot,
It's in that
and I
category.
forgot everything about it, and never want to play it ever again.
Nope.
But don't worry, he does. It's a bit of a sandwich. This he redeems himself at the
Okay.
end.
Go on
Okay.
So Mirror's Edge, 7 out of 10.
The first one, yeah, that's all right.
Yeah,
fine.
it was
It's
all
fine.
right. It was.
Yeah, yeah.
I hated the fact that the guns. I hated the guns. No need. for
It,
guns.
it had its
Get the
problems, but it was
guns.
cool. It was a cool game.
Yeah,
It
but
was
it
a
was
cool.
still
It was a
very
swing.
cool.
They took a swing.
Yeah.
Great concept. Great
Yeah.
concept. Gears of 1 through to 3, 10 out of
Yeah.
10. We can all
Tick.
agree on that.
Yeah, I agree.
We can
I got
all
Gears
agree.
of War 3 pants, people. How many out there can say that?
Yeah. And then finally, and I think this is a redeemer. I don't particularly like these games, but I
Okay.
do have fun when I play them.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hitman 1, 2, and 3. The
Oh, yeah,
third
they're
game
great.
is now called Hitman World of Assassination. These games are perfection.
Yeah, they
they
are.
are off the scale, so I rate them 20 out of 10.
Yeah.
I love these games.
No, you know, to be fair, Hitman's one of those games like the more modern ones, and I play them and I'm like, why am I not playing it? Like they're so good, they're so funny.
Yeah.
Like they're so funny.
The stuff you can do is
Oh,
just ridiculous.
and I think where I stopped playing it is because I come across a level and I didn't like it that much. You talk about what I just move on to another level. Like what's the big deal? Do you know what I mean? But you talk about roguelikes. Hitman is like a roguelike. 100% it's like a roguelike because you go in and you're like, right, I've got to figure out like how do I get to this room, and there's like 4 different ways. So the knowledge you gain by playing it is so valuable. But those Hitman games are just so funny. So funny.
They are. So we can all agree on that. We can all
Yeah,
agree
no,
on that.
it's weird. Like it's one of those games that people don't talk about enough. I don't think Hitman is, and they're just
You
hilarious.
got
I can't
Rise,
wait for the
people forget
Bond.
about Hitman. People shouldn't forget about it.
Yeah, the Bond games that they're gonna make, or like the Bond game they're making. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because
Bond
God knows
sauce.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can all universally agree that Sonic sucks
Yes.
Yeah.
and that Hitman is great.
Eh,
Yes.
There you go.
And Gears is good.
I don't feel strongly about either of those statements.
Yeah.
He says, whilst I do love a good moan, I don't moan about every game. Thank you for reading, Alex. So thank you, Alex. We like that. I like
Thank you,
emails
Alex. We
like that.
appreciate you being in touch.
Yeah, but that's your brand now, Alex. Is to moan
Yeah,
about
that's who
games.
you are.
Yeah, you've got to moan.
Welcome to my world.
So-
Alex is a crank.
Yeah.
Time
So
for
next
Cranky
week we'll be
Alex.
moaning about something he's playing. So at least we've
Yeah,
had the
that's
good
what we
stuff.
do. To
know
be
what he
fair, that's the whole
likes.
nature of this show.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, dude, can me tell you this before I forget? Right,
Go on.
next to my bed, I have 2 books.
Ooh.
Right.
What
Next
you
to my bed, I
been
have 2 books.
reading?
And one of them I'm almost finished with. It's like it's a book about. It's called it's like a psychology book about golf and stuff. So it helps me with my snooker. Like it's
Okay.
like that's what it's like. And then the other book under it, which is next, is Delivery to Nimbus X. Right,
Oh, snap!
Rosa. But Rosa. It's been there for a while. But Rosa walked up to my books, and I thought she wanted the golf book.
So
'cause it had a
delivered
ball
in
on the
Nimbus
front.
X. This looks interesting, Father.
And
May I borrow it?
she moved that book and she grabbed the Nimbus X one. She was flicking through it.
Nice. Aw.
Yeah, she thumbed through it. It was like, oh, it's pretty good.
And anybody out there who doesn't know, I wrote a science fiction adventure novel called Delivery to Nimbus X. And it's
Must
about
be a
3
pretty
people on a
decent.
space station who deliver drugs for a planet of intergalactic hedonists.
Perfect reading material for a
Rosa's review of
toddler.
it was not enough pictures of bunnies. I think is what she said.
Sorry, that'll be in the sequel, Rosa.
MC Rosa!
Rosa.
Yeah.
So,
So-
next email this evening is from Andy Smith.
Yay, Andy.
He
Here's a
says-
vendor for you to test, Andy.
Workmen and van drivers.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I used to be one of those. A van
Ooh,
driver.
Yeah, you did.
workmen.
Long,
Are
long
they like
time ago.
sweaty and greasy? Are they like
Oh,
really like?
yeah,
Are they?
are.
They need to take their shirt off?
The dirty.
Are they
dude.
feeling a little
filthy?
disgusting and filthy?
Filthy they are.
Tell me more.
Yeah, filthy.
Go on.
Oh, they have to strip off
I'm
and
here
everything.
for this. This is the content I came for.
So, he says, there's a lot of road works and building work going on in my area at the minute.
A lot
I
of
was
jackhammering
walking
men.
past-
Sorry, I'm done.
I was walking past and there were 3 workmen stood around scratching their heads looking puzzled. I was unsure what was going on.
If this ends up
I
with
then
him
walked
like
past-
I rotated the pieces and then it assembled together and then the line of things disappeared, it's a big Tetris story. Go on.
Go on. I then walked past some scaffolding. There was one guy climbing up a ladder with a scaffolding pole, whilst the other guy was leaning up against the wall, looking at his phone, doing nothing.
I wouldn't think you
the
have
guy
time to look at
climbed-
your phone at a construction site. Go on.
Exactly. The guy climbing the ladder dropped the pole, and it rolled out into the middle of the street in front of cars. The guy looking at his phone jolted, looking around to see what was going on, looking dazed and confused. The guy on the ladder had to come back down, pick up the drop pole.
Why didn't the
Why
guy who
is
looked at his
it-
phone go get it? What an idiot.
Why is it whenever you see workmen, they're always fucking hanging about like that, doing fuck all? So, You see, I have it's like council workmen. You see, like 4 of them doing one job, and 3 of them are watching one guy do it, and it's like, what are you doing? I see this all the time.
Here's the thing. I've seen that too, and it could be that they're just being lazy as shit. It could also be that they spent 2 hours hauling concrete and stuff, and now they're taking 20 minutes to just relax and watch someone else do some work before they go start hard work again. It's very easy to jump to conclusions when we see people sitting around, but once in a while you'll come to my classroom and see me just sitting around because I'm exhausted from having graded papers for an hour and taught all morning. So it's important. I think it's important we not jump to conclusions there.
Yep.
That's a very nice answer. I haven't worked with a council. I can say they're all lazy bastards.
They're all lazy fuckers. Anyway, he says, I popped to the shops to buy milk and tea bags and a few other essentials. I came out the shop. I turned left down the side street of the main road. I was looking to cross the road. I looked right, looked left, looked right, looked left. It was all clear. Started to cross the road. I was around 3/4 of the way to the white lines in the middle of the road. Then I heard a beep to my right, and there's a van. Came out of nowhere, beeping at me. Beep, beep, beep. And now I'm being told that I'm a slow walker from loads of my friends. Wow. But I don't dawdle in the middle of the road for the fun of it.
Apparently you were
dawdling. I was going about my day as I normally would. The van driver rolled down his window and started shouting at me and effing and jeffing. I don't even remember all the details, but it played out like this. Van driver, what are you fucking doing? Played out, you bloody wanker, walking out in the middle of the road in front of me. Me. I did look. It was clear you came out of nowhere. Van driver, look where you're going, you dickhead. Me. What's your problem? If you hadn't beeped at me and let me cross, the interaction wouldn't even be happening right now. Van driver, yeah, I got a problem with you, yeah. Fucking walking out in the middle of the road in front of me without looking where you're going. Me, I did fucking look. You weren't there.
It's not even worth it, man. After wanting back and forth, you just say, my bad, have a good day, and you just move on.
You must be speeding. Slow down. Pay attention to your surroundings, van driver. I'll run you over next time then, you twat. Me, fucking go on then. You'll be doing me a favour. Get out of your van then and I'll have a fight. Settle this like men. I'll put you in the infirmary. Van driver, are you off your fucking head or what? Got a death wish, have you? I could easily batter you. I ain't got time for this. Me, listen, dickhead. Don't fucking cause one then. If you cause a fight, you'll have one.
Both of these individuals seem like really fun, happy people. There's not
van driver
other issues coming in from outside at all here.
Van driver, you're off your fucking rocker, you. Fuck off. Me, you fuck off. Stop behaving like some sort of twat then, you idiot. Then he drove away. The self-centered, ignorant bastard. What does he think? He owns a road or something? He soon backed down when someone started standing up to him. I don't normally condone
that's why
violence.
You got to deal with it, Chinny. You can't let these people get away with this.
But
I'm just impressed that he remembered the whole dialogue.
He remembered the whole back and forth. I remember there were 13 exchanges.
But I've been bullied in the past and have been threatened with a knife and had my wallet stolen off me in the past. So I went into self-defense classes when I was younger, hit the gym, went to boxing. I'm sick of people who think they can walk all over me. I took his number plate and reported him to the police. I may not have helped myself by retaliating, but I felt threatened and lashed out. This happened Thursday afternoon and I'm still shook up about it.
I hear
Sorry for the long email, just needed to vent, Andy. Well,
that's
all
right,
Andy.
And let me say this. I was giving you a bollock in there. Like, I don't blame you for being mad, certainly. I'm sorry that you've been mugged and had knife pulled and stuff. You know, I've been through some street crime. It sucks. And, you know, people are horrible and obnoxious. I think for me, the important thing is that I don't want to ever become like those people. So when someone cuts me off in traffic or someone's a jerk on the street or whatever, my attitude these days is like, I'm sorry you're having a bad day. Like, you go ahead. You know, I'm like, whatever. I'm trying not to let that overtake what I want to be.
Do you know, though,
same with students. Same with annoying students.
I have come to the realization that these days that a lot of people are just wankers, generally.
Yeah, sure.
I had a guy cut me up in an Audi or a BMW or something like that, you know, like just nearly caused like a serious accident.
Yeah.
And I turned to look at him, and he was giving me the V's like I'd done something wrong.
Because you're in his way is why. He's thinking everybody
like,
else is in my way. Get the fuck out of my way. You're going too slow. And you know what? James Baldwin said, people pay for what they do. And they pay for it very simply with the life that they allow themselves to lead or what they allow themselves to become. And I think that's true, man. I got cut off on the way into school. and like this person cut me off, and I'm like, okay, there's an asshole right in front of me. And then someone else cut me off like 3 seconds later, and I'm like, okay, there's asshole number 2. And then for me, the question is, am I going to be asshole number 3, or am I going to be like, whatever, y'all go ahead and do
But
your thing.
the other problem with people like him, the other day I got undertaken on the motorway by some dude. I was overtaking a lorry. He undertook me, dodged in between me and the lorry, just missed both of us barely,
Oh, that's
and just sped off. And he was in a BMW or an Audi, right? But the
It's always
point
a BMW
is,
or an Audi.
yeah, the point is, if you want to kill yourself like some sort of dickhead, kill yourself on your own. Don't
Right,
potentially risk killing other people at the
absolutely.
same time.
Absolutely.
And that's the problem with these people. They're willing to risk serious injuries or, causing a massive accident just to get ahead by 10 seconds. You know what I mean? And it's like, what is wrong with you?
That's the question,
Anyway,
man. I
rant
often
over.
say, like, thank goodness you didn't make me like that guy. I've never been in that kind of a rush. I'm like, I'm gonna try to get. He's probably had horrible accidents, or he's going to, and I hope he doesn't take anyone else with him.
Yeah. But yeah, people are idiots. There's a lot of idiots, twats,
There's
and
a
wankers
lot
out
of
there,
idiots out there.
unfortunately.
Gotta find the cool
Next
people.
email, but thank you for that. I hope
Thank
you're
you, Andy.
okay. Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, Andy. I hope the
good
roads are nicer this week.
Yeah. Next email this evening is off Jason. And
Speaking of
he
people,
says,
you can't understand what's wrong with them.
now, his title for this email is an up arrow. So I don't know what that means.
He's just moved right into rebuses at this point. He's a hieroglyphics
It's an up
and
arrow.
random syllables.
And he says this: you should deeply recognize the time machine that is The Simpsons.
Okay, I don't know
Stop.
what that means.
Stop
These are
mansplaining.
the predictions. The predictions.
It's
No,
inaccuracies.
stop. I just got done doing this with my students.
Well, he did.
It was a coincidence.
It did, say Trump was going to be president. didn't it?
Yeah, it was a joke. That was satire, and then reality overshot satire.
Well. Anyway, stop mansplaining its inaccuracies. Legitimate time traveling. Have I ever mentioned that I like GameStop? Great deals are online right now. Get them before it's too late. Sometimes you want to go back to your favorite game save. Sometimes the future is brighter when you let go of that old save and move on to the next level or a different game altogether. Things are looking brighter for some. Don't miss the boat. To a T, a weird game about sticking your arms out. I think it's a winner. Look it up, Jason.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, I don't know. Have y'all heard of
I
this
mean,
game?
to be honest,
Have you heard of To a T? Have you heard of it?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Is this
So
a
it's-
thing,
it's a
Chinny?
ve-
You know this?
No, yeah. So let me talk about To a T for a second. So
Okay. I'll put
it's,
it on the
um,
screen.
it sounds ridiculous, but it has a really sort of deep meaning that Duke, I think you'd be interested in, right?
Okay.
Oh, right. Quote. There is a free demo. Should we play this next week?
Yeah, maybe. But it's
There's a free demo on Steam.
it's a game where this person is constantly stuck in a T pose,
Okay.
right? And it sounds funny, doesn't it? It's funny.
I
but it
can't
was actually
find anything on this in YouTube.
I don't know. I
There
don't know what's
must
there.
be.
There must be something. So you're stuck in a T pose, and actually, what the game is about disability. So you know what you did, Duke, with the
Alright.
wheelchair, and it's like how do you survive in a world where you are stuck in a T pose? So you're disabled, and you have to work around it. So it was, I think it's like Able Gamers or something like, and they helped with the development of this because of like, being aware of like certain things, certain restrictions. So it's actually at first a funny game, but then a game about, how do you live in this world being different to everyone?
Oh, interesting. See, now I can't make
Well,
fun of
it's-
it because that sounds kind of cool.
No,
It's come up straight away, by the way, to a T on YouTube. I've just looked it up.
Well, I've got it on the stream now, so I eventually
Ah,
located
right, okay.
it. Thank you. Hi.
to a T.
To a
To a
T.
T.
Okay.
Well, we'll play that next week because you're not here next week, are you, Chinny? Is it next week? You're not here?
right. Chinny's not around.
I will
We
be.
did think you were this week, to be fair. We thought you weren't here this week, but then you turned up.
Remember when you were
Two days-
late?
I'll be in Gran Canaria.
Yeah, you will.
Nice.
You sound how excited you are.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you
so
are.
excited.
Taking
I've
Rosa
said- I
on
said
holiday.
I said to Tara, the only holiday we'll have is not cooking and cleaning the food.
Yeah.
That's the only break. Everything else
Yeah.
will be the same.
You
Well,
don't have to make
Duke
your
and I
bed.
will play to a T next week.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
will. Well, believe that.
Yeah. So we'll play. How about that?
How about that?
How about that? And that's it. Believe it or not, that's it. So it's time
I
for the
believe it.
quiz. It's time for the
Oh,
quiz.
snap. Quiz
Time for the quiz.
time.
It's time for the quiz. It's time for the quiz. We play the shitty sound clip when it's time for the quiz.
All right, people, here's the quiz. I got a bunch of stuff from David Thatcher, 6 sound clips, and then there's answers. Each of them is in a different text file, which is kind of cute. It feels like an old school way of doing it. That's fine. Thank you, David Thatcher, for making this quiz. Contestants,
Thank you,
are you
David.
ready for the first
Yeah,
sound?
by the way, can we apologize? It's taken so long.
Yeah,
to
sorry,
get to
David.
this.
And is there any text that goes along with it? Do we know which sounds they are, like where they come from, or?
Isn't that the quiz?
Well, I don't know. It just says character 01.
Yeah,
So
we've got to
anyway,
guess who the
I think
character
last
is,
time didn't he say
presumably.
he spent like 70 hours collecting sound clips from like what games where people are collecting things? Wasn't that the theme last time?
Yeah. So
Yeah, what's the
yeah,
theme
you've
this
got to
time?
guess. You've got to guess who's speaking.
Okay, we don't know if there's a theme.
It's
though.
part of
just
the email.
Who's speaking?
Well,
No,
maybe
you just gotta
maybe that's
guess
part of the
who's
quiz.
speaking.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so there's gonna be someone speaking. We have to guess who it is.
You've got to guess who's speaking.
Okay, here we go. Everybody ready?
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hopefully you'll be able to hear these two, because otherwise I'll just have to repeat
No
them
talking's
best I
fine.
can.
It's just music. It's just music. I
Well,
don't
maybe
hear.
there's some music behind it. We'll see. Here comes number one.
Information? I'm a bartender, for Christ's sakes. What do you want me to do? Teach you how to mix a martini?
Is that the
Oh, I
darkness?
know. No, I know what that is.
Oh, darkness was my guess. Sue, you got a guess?
I haven't. I'll let Chidi say.
Yeah,
Do you recognise who it is?
Nope.
That might start you.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Play it again.
We have
Yeah, play it again.
mentioned this game
Information?
on the
I'm
show.
a bartender, for Christ's sakes. What do you want me to do? Teach you how to mix a martini?
We've mentioned this game on the show this episode.
Is it Sonic?
Yeah.
Is it?
No.
I was going to say, since when does Sonic mix martinis?
No.
Is it Hitman? Is it one of the Hitman games?
No.
That's a good guess, actually. Go ahead. What is
So
it?
that voice you should recognise as Nolan North.
I was going to ask if it was Nolan North, but anyway.
But then
So
you're
which
like,
game is it? That
hold
doesn't
on.
narrow it down, though.
Yeah, that still could be 100 games. But then you go, hold on. But Drake,
so
Nathan
echoey?
Drake isn't a bartender. What's that about?
And we haven't mentioned the Nathan Drake game, have we?
No.
Is he in one of the Assassin's Creed games?
He is. He's in
Is it
3 of the
first-
Assassin's
is
Creed.
Is he
No,
in the first one?
he's
Is
in-
that from an
he's in-
Assassin's Creed game with the echo?
Yeah.
That sounds
So
like
the- so
PS1
the-
shit.
So the modern person Desmond
Yeah, Desmond.
Yeah.
is voiced by Nolan North, who is a bartender.
Why is he in his? Is that like a dream sequence or a flashback?
He's in a.
or something?
He's talking to himself. He's talking
Okay,
to himself.
okay,
That's
fair
his voice in his head.
Anyway.
Well, let's have a look. What's
Well
the
done.
answer? Is that correct?
I don't know. Let me look. Character 1 answer. Desmond Miles, taken from Assassin's Creed 1. Okay. How about
There you
that?
go. There you
All
go.
right.
How about that?
How about that? Here comes the second one.
Should I just roll a grenade under the conference table?
That sounds like Call of Duty.
Does sound like Call of Duty. Play it again for us, dude.
Here
Play it
comes the
again,
second
Sam.
playthrough.
Should I just roll a grenade under the conference table?
It's a good voice, isn't it? Whoever
It is a
it
good
is.
voice.
It is a good voice.
No,
Roll
I don't know
grenade
that one.
Under the conference table. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a bad
I'd
person.
say Call of Duty. I'd say a Call of Duty game, but no, I don't know.
Stu, any
what's the-
guesses?
I'm going to go Captain Price. I don't think it is him, though, but...
It is not
Captain
Captain
Price,
Price.
Call of
It is
Duty.
not Call of Duty.
No.
We got it wrong.
What is it? Is it
Gears?
Is it
Nope.
Gears?
Nope.
Oh.
Splinter Cell Double Agent. That is
Oh,
Sam Fisher
yeah, I've barely
speaking.
played, and it,
No,
yeah, I
but that
didn't
voice
play
is iconic, though. It's Jeremy
pretty
Irons, isn't
iconic.
it? Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's Jeremy Irons?
I think
Should
so.
I just roll a grenade under the conference table?
That
Yeah,
does
you
not
can
sound
tell
like
that's
Jeremy
it,
Irons.
yeah.
I think it's
I
Jeremy
think
Irons.
it is.
All right, here comes number
Dude's
3. We are
busily
1 for
typing.
2 so far. 50%. Not great, but not terrible.
Which Splinter Cell was it?
right. When's the last time the wind said hostiles to you?
That's
Call of
Gears,
Duty.
isn't it?
Oh, is it Gears?
No, that's Gears.
Yeah,
I
it
think
does
that's
sound like
bad.
Gears.
I think that's bad. Play it again.
Okay, here comes the second playthrough.
Yeah, right. When's the last time the wind said hostiles to you?
Yeah, hostiles. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad from Gears.
All right, let's find out. I'm sorry, Chinny. It is from Gears of War.
Is it not bad? Oh, is it
Dominic.
Oh, is it Dominic?
Dominic. 1 for. I mean, does that count for half a point? Maybe.
Sure.
Okay, we're 1.5 out of 3. Here comes the next one.
Okay.
man who never eats pork buns is never a whole man.
What?
That
Is that the
is-
Jackie
I,
Chan or the
I know. I think I know what it is.
Stronghold? Is that Jackie Chan?
I think it's Sleeping Dogs. I think that's Sleeping Dogs.
That's a good guess.
Yeah, but what's the
man
character
who never
called?
eats pork buns is never a whole man.
I don't know the character, but I think that's Sleeping
I
Dogs.
could not guess. I wish it was a True Crime Streets of LA. That game was the bollocks. I love that game. Which also
Watching
took
beat
place
up.
largely in an Asian American neighborhood. But Sleeping Dogs is a good guess. I don't know any of the characters or actors, so I couldn't
No.
guess you on that. Maybe
No,
this will be
it's
another
so
half a
long since
point.
I've
I know
played that
Lucy
game.
Liu and Emma Stone are in that game.
It
So-
is from Sleeping Dogs.
Is it just like a vendor? Is it just some
It's
vendor
street
guy?
food vendor. That's correct.
Wait, well,
we got
that's
2.5
correct. I think
points.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
that's fair
right.
enough.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're at 2.5 out of 4. So there we go. There you go. Here's the 5th out of 6.
Oh, you're kidding me, right? Whose idea is this? Your grandma, the horny toad? I tell you right now, there's no way in hell.
No, that's obviously
Search
a
me.
Western film, a Western game, isn't it? So it's either got to be Red Dead 2, or it could be
Paula Juarez. Could be Gun.
Call of Juarez.
I don't think it's Red Dead. Play it again.
No,
Oh, you're kidding me, right? Whose idea is this? Your grandma, the horny toad? I tell you right now, there's no way in hell.
or it could be South of Midnight, because that has a lot of
It's not
dialogue
going to be
similar
that
to
recent. I don't.
But
see
I can't
Steve
imagine it's something
David
that
Thatcher
recent.
coming up.
I think this was before that game came out. To be fair.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Shall we go Call of Juarez? One of the Call of Juarez games.
Hold on. I feel like I can see it in my head. I mean, it could
It's
be
not a
Red Dead.
thingy
It could be
game, is
Red
it?
Dead.
No, the Borderlands. Is it a Borderlands game?
I mean, it could be. I don't think so.
It could be Borderlands, that, you know. That dialogue could be a Borderlands type dialogue, I think.
I don't know. I have no idea what it is.
I'm going Borderlands personally.
Borderlands.
Or Borderlands 2.
No, you were right the first time. It's Call of Juarez, Bound in Blood.
Oh,
the character
there you
is
go.
Ray McCall.
Ray McCall.
Now, we do not Ray McCall what the name of the game was.
Let me tell you how long ago I played that game. That was
A long time ago.
hold on,
A long time ago.
like 16 years ago.
Hey, but do you know what? I guessed it. I guessed it.
Well,
even
you
against
guessed
that old.
Western.
You guessed like
and you're
7
like,
games,
did,
and then
yeah,
you said,
yeah,
all right,
yeah,
here's
true.
my choice, and it was wrong.
Yeah, I went with
Found in
Borderlands.
If you want to
Blood is
join
the-
a PFJ, you'd really have to hate the Romans. I do. Oh, yeah, how much? A lot. Right, you're in.
A lot. You're in.
Bound in Blood is
You're
the,
in.
Are these Monty Python references? Is this what you do? Is that
It's okay
Is
that you
that-
don't like good movies.
no? Is that funny? Is it Monty Python? Yeah, the Bound in Blood is the sequel. That's where you play as the brothers.
There you go.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good one.
All right,
Okay.
last and final one. We got 2.5 points, 3.5. Let's say 3. All right, so we're at 50% still. Let's see if we can get this last one and push ourselves over the top.
Fiddy.
Come visit again, or I'll pluck out your eyes.
I'm pretty sure that's the arm or the ammo dealer or the guns dealer in Borderlands. It's friendly Mike. I said, you want to hear a story? I'll tell you a story about the Vault Hunter.
Play it again for me, dude.
Come visit again, or I'll pluck out your eyes.
I mean, it sounds exactly like him, and of course,
Yeah,
that's
I
not a
think-
very
I
specific
think you're
character.
right.
There's a lot of characters like that in stories, but
I think you're
Yeah.
right. It does
put
sound
money
right.
on it. There's got to be one that I know. Maybe this is it. Come on.
This is it. Come on,
please.
come on.
Wow. Okay. Well, I was way off.
Oh, bloody hellfire.
Oh man, Stu, you should know this.
So is it Monkey Island by any chance?
No.
Sound like something from Monkey Island. I don't know then.
It's a game that you talk about the DLC to it much more than you do the base game.
What, Cyberpunk?
Nope.
Oh.
But it is an open world game. I'll get you there.
Oh, God. I don't.
It does have a single word as the title, sort of.
Sort of. Sort of. Yeah, I think you're going to have to give me another clue.
It came out a long time ago.
A long, long time ago.
But it also came out this year.
Oh, Olivia. The Shivering Isles.
Yeah, Sheogorath.
Shivering Isles.
I don't
That's a
remember
long time
that
since I played
because
that.
the only time I know Sheogorath is from Skyrim, and he does sound the same. So I guess I should have gotten it from the voice.
Ta, come visit again, or I'll pluck
Actually,
out
no, I
your
shouldn't
eyes.
have. He sounds different now. So whatever. He's much more Scottish in Skyrim.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So anyway,
well,
but it was a
I think
fun
we did
quiz.
all right.
Yeah, we got
This one
3
was
out of
light.
6,
Fun.
so that's 50%. It's a failing grade, but nevertheless, we had a good time. So
50%'s all right. I'll go 50-50.
50% is not all right. It's an F. What's
It's
your school system
fine.
like?
Don't you worry. 50% is perfect. It means you
that what you tell
right
Millie?
down the middle.
Listen,
Right
Millie,
down
if
the
you
middle.
get all Fs, I'm still gonna be thinking you're brilliant.
Exactly. I'll still love you no matter what.
I'll love you,
happens.
but I am not thinking you're brilliant. All right, is there any more emails? Or are we ready for Speak Pipe?
No, we're ready for the speak pipe. No, that's
Here
it.
it comes.
Thank you, everyone.
Speak
Pipe.
It's the way to
leave a message.
message. All right, to this week's Speak Pipe is number 756, and it, like anybody cares, I always read the number out. And it's from Saint Diesel, and the name of the Speak Pipe is Saints Alive? Question mark. Here it go.
Hey, Veteran Gamers, Saint Diesel back again. In my last Speak Pipe, I talked about picking up a cheap copy of Steep at CEX, and I thought, well, I'll look for some more cheap games. And yesterday, I was out and about Newcastle upon Tyne looking in the charity shops, and I found a couple of games for £2 each on the Xbox One at a Shelter charity shop, and I'm going to briefly talk about them. First one, which I think everyone knows about, is Rare Replay, and the second one, which I wanted to concentrate on, is Saints Row 4 Re-Elected with the Gat Out of Hell expansion on the same disc.
Gat Out of Hell.
I think when it started, Saints Row was touted as a competitor to GTA, but I don't think that's proved to be the case, really.
No.
And I remember playing the first one on the Xbox 360, didn't really like it that much. I really enjoyed the second one, which I've still got on the Xbox 360 as a physical. And the third one I played for some reason on the PS3, and that was okay. Didn't play a great deal of it, and I've never played the fourth one. And I just thought, what if with GTA 6 hitting shelves hopefully in May 2026, what if in February 2026, 3 months before, they re-released the first 4 Saints Row games in one package, maybe £30-40, give them high-res graphics, modernise the controls? Do you think that would do well? And secondly, what is your general opinion of the Saints Row franchise?
To be fair, it's not that long since they released the Saints Row game, is it?
Well, they did
the
remake,
modern one,
the new one,
the remake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It
true.
was
It
just
was,
I think it was
years.
2021, 2022.
Yeah, it's not that long. I remember you playing it, Duke, and you quite liked it.
I liked it all right. Yeah, I just it didn't get its hooks in me, so I enjoyed it. I should go back to it and play it some more because it's fun enough. But I don't think Saints Row ever. I think maybe they were trying to be GTA-ish with the first one. By the second one, they were like, all right, here's the lane we should find, which is ridiculous,
we
over
need
the
to
top
separate
silliness.
ourselves.
Yeah,
don't we?
exactly.
Yeah.
I think they were going for like, you represent the row and let's wear purple and this and that, and like it's your membership in this group. And then the second one, they were like, what if you had a helicopter that could shoot missiles at tanks? It's like, all right, yeah, that's the fun stuff. Let's do more of that.
Yeah.
Throwing yourself
and
in
it just
traffic
gradually got more and more crazy.
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
it,
And
as
of course,
the
the
series
story
went on.
is just more and more bonkers because even in the second game, it's like, we got to rob 20 banks in order to get the president off our back or whatever it was. And it was just like, this doesn't make any sense. But yeah, they're fun.
I just remember the sequence with no one man shall have all that power.
Oh,
no,
classic.
that's Saints Row 3, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you
I just remember
skydiving
that.
into the party, shooting everybody. That was great.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful.
So they did have some amazing. Now that was a cutscene, kinda.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
and
it
it
was
started
sort of
off
like a
with, no, it
playable-
was playable.
bit.
You're,
Playable cutscene, but it was amazing.
It was great. Yeah. And you know, I've said this before, I'll say it again. My favorite thing about the Saints Row games is the favorite thing about the first game is that you are a silent protagonist, except at the end, there are 3 rival gangs you're taking down. And at the end of each of the gang storylines, the character would say one line. And the best one of them is, there's the wife of the disgraced leader of one of the gangs. She's getting off a plane and she's like, "Oh my God, I got blood on my, brand new, dress." And the player, who's the most badass murderer killer ever, he just looks at her and he goes, "This is bullshit. That's from last year's fall collection."
Wow.
Oh, it's so good.
That's brilliant.
Oh, right. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah.
I didn't like the first one. I liked the second one a lot. I liked the third one, but not as much as the second one. Fourth one was stupid, but it was fine. Never played the remake, but I played the Gat Out of Hell. Didn't like it. Thought it was boring.
Yeah, Johnny Gat's not a great character, so for them to build a thing around him,
I don't know. Yeah, but I think the second one is when they just, that's the sweet one.
It was no Gay Tony, was it, Chinny?
No, you can't beat.
Or Lost in the Damned. Now there you're talking expansions.
Yeah, there's expansions.
And that's about it, guys. That's everyone done. Every email read. Every speak pipe played. We've
actually, there is one more thing I need to do. I need to do one more thing. You ready? Okay, here we go. There you go. Now I'm done.
Oh, thank God.
Thank you, TJ. I had that in my email inbox, so I could keep playing it.
It'll be Duke, I, and somebody, a mystery guest.
That's right.
Next week.
Chinny really is going to be gone next week.
Chinny really won't be here next week, even though he almost wasn't here this week either.
Yeah. We've all moved on.
Just to rub it in.
No, we have not.
Rub it in. No, we have not.
All right, let's do some shout-outs and get the hell out of here.
It's time for a shout-out. Hey!
Well, I'll start because I'm going to shout out Chinny for actually making it eventually.
Oh, you're welcome.
Right.
You're welcome.
And also, have a good holiday. Have a great holiday. You know.
Thank you.
I hope you managed to get there with Pram and your bottles.
Yeah, first time with the Bab, so
I'm looking forward to seeing it show up on the gram.
Stuff. Yeah, all that stuff.
Some sweet shots on the gram, baby.
But you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll have fun.
Yeah.
Rosa will love the water.
Oh, she'll love it.
You know what I mean?
Have fun.
It's going to be great. So have a great holiday. And obviously, I want to give a massive shout out to everybody who contributes to the show via email, SpeakPipe, quizzes. We love all that stuff.
I love that stuff.
Yeah. And I love reading it. I love reading it out. So thank you very much.
Reading it so
I do. I love reading it all out. Even like people who have road rage with someone in a van.
Gives you a little dopamine hit, doesn't it?
It does. I love it. So keep it going. Blop, blop, blop. So, Ginny, over to you, I guess.
Yeah, shout out to the emailers, shout out to the Patreons.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Keeps the lights on.
Give us some money!
Keeps the lights on, pays for the Zoom.
Yes, it does.
Pays for the hosting of the podcast.
It does.
Yeah.
The show wouldn't have started tonight.
It's for OBS.
There potentially would have been a massive argument if it wasn't for the Patrons tonight.
Yeah, it was.
So
it was.
That's good. So thanks for that. We don't need tons of money, so if you can't afford it or you don't care,
and you don't, fine. You don't really get like some podcasts. If you're in a deluxe member, like you'll get access to special episodes and communication, personal birthday cards.
You
don't
get a little pin badge.
Yeah,
free t-shirt.
none of
We
that.
could do that. We could do that.
We're not doing
we
that.
won't.
I think we did have. Didn't we do like one time? We did like a 30-second thing. Like, thanks for being a Patreon. Is that it? All right, we're done.
Yeah, we
did. It was
we
like
did one.
Special bonus episode. It was like 30
Yeah,
seconds.
I mean, we could do that. I don't know if people care about it.
Yeah, I know. Right? Let us know,
If we had,
Patreoners. Let us know what you want.
We've got, how many Patreoners do we have? We have like 13, and we're very, very grateful.
What about if each of us send you a photograph of us in bathing suits?
If those 13 Patreon people
subscribers
messaged us and said, "Oh, we really want a bonus episode," we'll think about it. We'll
take it under consideration. In
we
the
could
meantime,
do a bonus episode where we talk about, I don't know, movies or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we could do an episode of The Choice. Yeah. What topics would you like us to cover?
You get to tell us the topic and we'll record.
We don't mind. We'll
except child pornography. I don't want to spend 2 hours talking about that.
Yeah, we definitely won't. We definitely won't do that.
That's the one limitation. I will not do that.
Jesus.
I would do and
I don't know how we got to there, but we did somehow.
So yeah, thanks to the patrons, thanks to the people that email in. Much love, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Duke, over to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out Antonio because he and I had played some Rocket League recently. I don't remember when we played. I guess we played Saturday.
Rocket League.
Rocket League. And it's fun to play with him because he's a cool dude and we have a good time. Oh, we played today. Duh. How quickly they forget. Yeah, he had at one point he was like, "Oh, I gotta go do this for the baby or whatever. Jess needs me for a second." So it was fine, but yeah, he hadn't had much sleep. Actually, that's not true. He's in London working, so he's kind of commuting, and he gets sleep. Yeah, when he's there. So. Yeah, anyway, that's my shout. And Amar is always fun on the chat, the WhatsApp and whatnot. And the Duchess, because she's awesome. All right, are we done?
I think
we're done.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you, good night, much love.
All right, show's over. No refunds. You heard the robot. Get out.
Here comes the music.
Music still playing.
Still playing this music. Love this song. Gusto.
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
Do you know, guys, for 1 second I thought I'd fixed it, right? Because at the top of Zoom, there's a thing that I hadn't noticed for that says... Original sound for musicians is on, noise suppression is disabled. Right, and that was on off. So I turned that on thinking, oh my God, it must be fixed. I've turned it on. No different. It sounds exactly the same.
Mine's off, by the way.
I don't know what the problem is.
Did you reinstall Zoom?
No, today I said
so don't talk to me about it then. Because if you haven't tried the one thing that I keep... You know what I mean? You haven't tried the one thing I've told you to do.
I'll do it for next week and you're not even here.
Well, maybe we'll have a fun, laughing time at Chinny's expense when you do it. You never know.
I will arrange a suitable replacement for Chinny.
Yeah, I'm going to be running the YouTube again next week, suckers. Sorry, viewers, you're going to have to watch my shit.
By suitable replacements, I mean a potato.
Oh, no.
So there you go. So Chinny will just be a
potato. I'm a potato.
Here's a potato.
we've got Duke. We've got all new graphics now for the live stream.
I don't.
No, I know you don't. I haven't.
Oh, yeah. You said we were going to sit down this summer and like sort it out.
So this summer we're going to sit there, and then basically the stream will look the same.
That's right.
Yeah, whoever's hosting the stream.
Yeah,
liking it.
But we got new graphics of us.
That'll be pretty funky.
Doing stuff. There's a graphic where we're all playing cards. That's fun, isn't it?
Nice. I like that. I would like to play cards with both of you. That would be fun.
Yeah, why not?
Me and you played cards, do you think?
I've played cards with you.
Played poker,
I've never
didn't we?
played cards with I've never played cards with you.
Yeah.
True.
I also think that was the night that Bongo was running around naked.
I think it was.
Woo!
Which I might or might not have video.
Footage of naked Bongo.
Yeah, I never edited the EGX 2019, did I?
No, you didn't. It's never been done. The very last time we ever went it, it's still not done.
No, still not done. Yeah.
You need to do that. You should do that. I mean, because we're never going to go again, are we?
At some point, the video footage is going to become unusable.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. If they could reprise like the 100-year-old video, I think it'd be all right.
Well, but you can show me how to get something off of VHS in 2025.
Yeah, well, I've got some
I can do that. No problem.
tapes. But what about
you have a
VHS
player?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Why?
To capture that.
Yeah, but what about VHS-C? What about that? Have you got any of that?
No, I haven't got that. No.
Well, there you go.
You can't do what I've got.
Laserdisc.
But like,
it's actually.
It's basically just I keep the players
file formats.
No, I keep the players because eventually somebody will come up to me or the business and say, "Oh, you can't convert a videotape." Can you?
Actually,
like,
to be fair,
you can $300.
It's
£300.
The stuff I've got is actually High 8. Do you remember High 8?
I do remember High 8.
I think it's High 8.
No idea what that is.
So it was. You could transfer it. No, you could transfer it from your camcorder. To your PC via FireWire.
Oh, I remember that.
You had to have a FireWire port on your PC.
I remember FireWire. FireWire was fast, man.
Yeah, so you could transfer a whole tape in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So it was really clever.
I remember batch capturing video footage from a camera. So you got to play it and then capture it. I remember all that shit.
Back in the day.
File transfer, bitch.
Yeah.
I remember when I was getting trained to be like when I was editing, like being trained by an editor guy. and this other guy came in, and it was a person that trained me was an official Apple trainer. So he worked for Apple, and he came in and he trained
fancy.
me and a couple others. And it was like a good 2-week course. I learned more from that 2 weeks than uni, to be fair. Like that was low.
Yeah.
And then this other guy came and he was like, oh, because the Apple trainer was really good on, like, you know, it's all going to go to memory cards, because at the time it was all DV tape, and he's like, it's all going to go to memory cards, so some of this is what I'm teaching you is going to be a little bit forgotten, but it's good for you to do the practice. This other guy was like, DV tape's never going away. You know, I could chuck this DV tape across the room and it still would work. And I went, I thought of two things instantly. I was like, I can chuck an SD card across the room and it would be fine. But also, if you chucked a DV tape across the room, I'm pretty sure it would break. I'm pretty sure.
You definitely get damaged.
So it's just full of shit. It's just funny. So I remember DV tape. But yeah, if anybody's got a VHS tape they want converting, you know, on an old wedding or something.
You're the man. There you go.
I'll do it. Like, we get customers and they go, you couldn't do it. Yeah, and I'll do it. And then, you know, it's quite sad actually.
You're a nice guy.
But it's really sad because like the last one I did was like a 60th birthday, and it was like his wife's dad, right? And I don't know this guy very well. He works for the council actually, funny enough. This guy, and he's like, oh, it's my wife's dad's 60th, and he's just passed away, and so I'm watching the video because you have to sort of play it to watch it. And it's really sad, you know. Like it's like a working men's club in the '90s, Stu, and it was just proper beige buffet and all this sort of stuff. And a lot of it was like really nostalgic for me because like working men's club in the '90s, I was always at them, and I was like, oh, this is so sad, you know, that they're going to watch this, and you know, but there you are. Oh, and it was broke as well.
Bit of nostalgia.
The videotape was broke, and I had to repair it. It snapped in half, so I had to like stick it back together. Fun.
I tell you, man, though, between Red Dragon, the movie, and that Black Mirror episode, I don't know if I want to go near old VHS tapes. Ugh, freaky, murderous stuff on them.
Oh, yeah. The Ring.
Yeah. There's another reason not to go near VHS.
Yeah.
I don't have no horror movies about DVDs. DVD ain't creepy the way VHS is.
No, it's the analog nature of it, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But why not LPs then? There's nothing about record player horror movies.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's like some record player that kills you when you sleep or something. Like
Deathbed, the bed that eats people.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta be out. Stu? Have a good rest of your night and a good week.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Catch you later.